What happened last time?
We got out of the murder dungeon with the orb, and we ended up in an apartment that was too average to be a normal apartment, and it was really dusty. Wait, that was before. Was that last time? Yes.
That was last
Yes.
Yes.
You have the 50-50 chance of it not being last time.
Yeah, there was a picture. Yeah, statistically right. There's a picture on the wall of a noble, and we were like, that's a little odd. And there was some etchings on it, so we were like, we're gonna take it with us. And so Nier stuffed it into his little bag, like the kleptomaniac he is. And we were right across from the Hall of Justice, so we went over there to go file a report of us being kidnapped. And Theric knew a guy there. I don't remember his name, but he was there. And so he started filing our paperwork, and he's like, listen, this is really cool, but I can't really do much until we have evidence. And then we pulled in the orb that has 199 voices in it screaming all at once. And he was like, you know what? That's actionable evidence. We can put that in the locker and we can go. So they investigated with us present. They brought in a mage who had his eye explode when he tried to look at where the portal was that we came out of.
That was concerning.
That was concerning.
Also, the guy's name was Sergeant Hill.
Yeah, Sergeant Hill. There you go. That is fantastic, Drew. Thank you for that image. So
God.
So we got done with that, and they're like, "All right, we'll start investigating this. Thanks for that." This guy showed up who was really powerful and really cool, and he palmed the orb. He's like, I'll go take this to the important people. You guys should come fight the Underdark, because we always need more people. And we were like, you do, buddy. We'll maybe be there eventually. And he walked off. He's really cool, apparently. We don't know much about him.
I don't like him. His vibes are off.
You don't like him? Okay, Nick has said the vibes are off. Heard it here first. So then we went to a tavern to catch up. We got made fun of by the people running the bar, because there's a million people coming in wanting to be adventurers, and so they made fun of us for that a little. It was a little patronizing. We were a little hurt. But we went around the table, we got more info on everyone. Nier is here to revive a dead friend. Mariah is here to talk to the Blackstone cult. Yep, that's what we were told in game. What was it?
Thanks for that reminder.
Yeah. Owen is here to talk to the king about some refugee problems with his home. Theric and Titus are here on a bounty, and Ash just kind of lives here. And so we just went around the table learning more about each other. Nier has expressed interest in getting a bounty hunting license with Titus and Theric, and maybe go look into their little bounty they have to find. Theric expressed to Ash and the rest of the group a divine mission he's been given by the Valkyrie of Corlon to go find the shards of Corlon in the dark desert that hasn't been explored in 100 years and will absolutely kill us if we walk in there right now, which is why we should go do it. But that's on the list eventually. And then we also went back to the apartment for a minute, and we investigated the
We actually got the etching.
Yeah, well, we got an etching of the symbols in the painting, and then we just kind of cracked open the painting anyways, and inside was, or just what got spit out, was a plane shift scroll to somewhere. We don't know where, but that's a red button we can push now, if we so choose. It's right in front of us. It's shiny, it's big, and it's red.
Do you think it takes us to, like the dimension where you see reflections? I don't want to say its name.
You guys will never.
Things happen if you say its
I
name.
took us there once, I'll do it
No
again.
one's going there anymore. That is the derailer of all history, of all games.
And it's so fun.
You go there when Reed doesn't want the story to have canon opportunities anymore. Not going there. No one goes there. No one's allowed to go there anymore, including me. We're all in timeout.
We're only allowed to go there if we spend the entire time talking to the depressed Morellian and no one else.
All right, we can do that. I'm
Yeah.
sure that's
That's the greatest character in Zenya.
The guy was just like, yeah, you can go to the ball. I don't care.
I can do whatever. I
It's my job to guard it, but like I'm not gonna do that.
He's just doing his best.
Yeah. I get paid leave. Maybe
His
something
best is
holiday come
enough.
up. But yeah, it's kind of where we are. We've caught up. We've learned more about each other, and we're still in town. We're gonna figure out what red buttons to push. See what happens.
Awesome. I was looking over some stuff. I had homework I didn't do. Life of a DM. One player was on top of things and told me to do something, and then I acknowledged it, and then didn't do anything for 2 weeks. Shut the fuck up! Don't laugh first. They'll know. You can't let them know. Be cool for your DM, or I'll hurt you. Be cool.
He's already outside your house.
Yeah, hey, we're gonna cut cameras, Hunter. Are you ready? You ready for what's gonna happen?
Right.
Roll initiative.
That first thing, I gotta figure out who. The second thing, I figured out. Okay. Anyway, and I got the city map up too, so that'll help me. All right, we
are in the apartment still, because that's where we.
You guys are still, of course, you're still.
Yeah,
in the
we were
apartment.
still there.
That's the apartment, of course. What am I doing? What are the music? Okay, so we return back to the apartment inside Zenya, right across from the Hall of Justice. You helped out the mages, and the mages were happy enough to look the other way as they continue to investigate and try and track down this mysterious holding cell prison that you guys came from that imprisoned those 100 souls. And no, it was more than that. 299 souls, was it?
199.
199 thieves in Aladdin. And so, sorry. So, fuck, I hate myself. There is, yeah, we're getting into it. Maybe I'll edit this out so I stop hating myself. Okay, so, you're back inside what is a very boring apartment. Less boring now that the stuff has been removed off the walls and the staging and the decorations and everything has been basically removed. Since the painting. Oh my. Take two. I was really thrown off by you making me remember that I didn't do something for Hunter. That really threw me off.
Sorry, boss. I was just recounting what happened.
Yeah. No, not your fault. Not your fault. All right, let's take two. You guys are within the apartment that you discovered last time across the street from the Hall of Justice inside the city of Clovis. You're by yourselves after just finding the plane shift scroll, after solving a secret coded message that was carved into the frame of a canvas painting that was on the wall of a Charlemagne Stark, political leader, who is the leader for the farming district and a representative who is trying his best to fight for the farmers. The home itself is still warm. The day itself is still young. You guys can get the feeling that the mages would like you to leave as soon as possible, so there's no questions about what's going on with the scene, but they're also giving you your space because you help find stuff. They're not bugging you at the moment about the scroll. They don't really care that you found that. They're more concerned about their personal job right now to find what's going on with the teleporter portal that disappeared. So this extra new bit of information is relevant to the case, but you kind of get this feeling of like, not my job. Not my job. So, what would you guys like to do with that scroll?
Let's move outside.
You guys move outside, close the door behind you, and you notice the scroll itself. You know it goes to a plane. You are unsure if it is a one-way trip or not. You can use it at any level, and this seemed clearly like an escape route for whomever might have been trying to use this apartment as their gateway to that portal. There's a clear logic of if somebody was exiting out of there, potentially that mage that was running away would have came here, used that to go to a different plane, so you guys could not follow him or figure anything out about him. That gig's up, so it is within your hands now of whether or not you do anything with this or hold on to it for 10 sessions, forget about it, and we never do anything with it for the rest of the campaign. These are fantastic options, and you can do whatever you want.
And we wait until we hit level 20 and then go, okay, now we can go press the button on the scroll and walk in and we one-shot everything because we're 2 over level.
You can try. You can
that's a
you
great
can try,
idea.
but I bet
that's
you won't
fantastic.
remember.
That's
Only
fair.
out of spite would you remember.
Hey Siri, remind me in 3 years.
Yeah.
Use the plane shift scroll.
Okay.
It is on our list of current objectives that we have the scroll there, so
Yep.
tick that box.
Which is true.
It's there. It's
Yeah.
there. Personally speaking, I really don't want to gamble on where this thing goes. I just would rather not.
Agreed.
if you guys want it,
we should at least try and identify where it leads and if it offers a way back before we do anything else with it.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's all pretty.
I think we should hold on to it. And
Mhm.
if
I
it
will
need be,
hold
we
on
could
to
give
it.
it to we could give it to Sergeant Hill or somebody looking into it.
I don't want to do that.
Oh? Why?
The reason why I don't work inside of the law is because of situations like we saw with the orb, where Dane Varric just waltzed right in, took the orb, and there wasn't anything Sergeant Hill could do about it. Until we know what it is, we shouldn't hand it off to somebody who can get outranked.
Give it to the king. Owen talks to him.
Perhaps.
I mean,
Ash.
you can't outrank the king.
Yeah.
Ash, do you have any trusted colleagues at the college who could identify this for us? Or could you yourself do it?
You know what? The last one I tried to touch would suck my soul out, but I think this one probably won't try. So,
As somebody's holding the scroll, like
yeah, as he's holding it, yeah. Also, it's important to note in that conversation when Ash said, "I will hold on to it," you could absolutely tell he was specifically eyeing Nier when he made that comment.
Who has the scroll?
Ash
Okay.
Yeah.
still has it. Yeah,
For how
Ash will
long?
take 10 minutes to ritually, or 11 minutes to ritually cast Identify on the scroll.
Sure. I'll tell you, it's a scroll that leads to a plane and can lead you back from which plane. It is transportation magic, which whatever school that falls into, make you happy. It glows the correct color of whatever school that flows into. Hopefully that'll make you warm and fuzzy on the inside. You cannot figure out where the plane is. That seems beyond the scope of the detect magic. It seems there is purposeful incantation to try and prevent that. Period.
Okay.
I'll leave that you need to know.
Okay.
In your experience, that is not typical. That these wouldn't identify what plane it goes to, but there is plenty of secrecy that is being shrouded, apparently clearly through these capable individuals.
So typically it would note the plane it goes to, or typically it wouldn't?
Typically, it would.
Okay. Okay, so it's a 2-way trip. That's good. Still don't know where. If I had to guess, that either means they are really good at writing this thing up, or it goes somewhere that's not a typical elemental or material plane and is like a specific demi-plane thing someone made. Again, I still don't want to gamble with that. Not
Agreed.
a fan.
But at least we have more information now. Well, let's not stand in the middle of the streets.
Yep.
I know it's only midday, but I'm utterly exhausted from our jaunt through what I can only describe as a murder dungeon.
That's a pretty apt description, I feel like.
So before we do anything intensive, I'd like to get a night's sleep.
I believe you three gesture to Nier and Titus and Theric. Wanted to go get bounty licensing for those two, correct?
Correct, yes.
Correct. And I believe me and Uri here need to go visit their colleagues, wherever that is.
Probably.
So,
Oh, and would you like to accompany us?
You're muted, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, you're muted.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. If bounty hunting helps people, then I guess I can consider it.
The nice thing about bounty hunting is you can choose which bounties to pursue, so you can always be on your own path.
Sounds good.
So, do we just want to break and maybe meet up tomorrow and just see if there's any developments in the case at that tavern, maybe?
That seems appropriate.
All right. Works for me.
Okay.
Where do we want to meet tomorrow? Do we want to meet down at
The tavern.
The tavern, the one you showed us. I can't remember the name. It's like the Getty or whatever.
Any said. Okay, I wasn't sure because we last we heard, the guy checked into a inn down in the Waste District, so we'll probably end up there at some point.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to confirm where we were meeting.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you guys are free to pursue that or grab us if you want. I personally do not want to get involved in any bounty hunting business. I just don't want to get into any red tape that might come with that. But you're free to go collect on that bounty. I don't know how that works. But I'm sure you do. Pointing at Derek and Titus.
Yeah.
Well, you'll learn, apparently, but they know.
All right.
Okay. So we have
Let's
a bunch
be
of
off.
splitting up. So 3 individuals or 4 individuals going to the bounty? 4.
4, and then the other 2 are going to the cult.
Cool.
Order. Sorry. Don't want.
Whatever it is.
Boy, I
this
missed
is
that.
everybody's
You're both going to the
feelings.
cult right now?
We can
I was
cut
gonna
back later.
suggest maybe let the bounty people go first.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna say. Is they can go first. We can just go start trying to find them.
I'm
We
not
don't
trying
even
to
know
jump
where
into the deep end of the pool here for once.
All right, wait a minute. I somehow missed the cult thing there for a second. You're going like directly to what was that? What?
The Blackstone.
Last
stuff.
session,
Yes.
Hunter said they need to find it, and
Yes.
you said Ash knows where that general area is.
Yes.
I was just assuming they were gonna go poke around and look for it.
Okay.
We don't know specifically. Oh, they're right here.
We
just follow
assume
the
they're
thread.
probably associated maybe with the college in some way or
Sure.
in the Faith
Yeah.
No,
District
we're
in
cool.
some
Everything's
way.
on the up and up here. Wires getting crossed. It's cool. Everything's fine. Okay. Yeah, that's no problem.
Unless we're suddenly just omniscient and know where the cult is, and it's like, I see it. They're
You got a
looking.
quest marker in your head, and you're
Yeah, we
like,
have the
oh,
quest marker. It's like,
Ah!
there it is.
All right.
the
Let me just make
Bioshock
sure.
arrow comes up at the top of your screen. You're like, oh, okay.
The ray of light in the sky.
Yeah, I think we were gonna start at just one of the at like the temple to the Raven Queen and just be like, hey, can you show us where they are?
Yes, poking around.
You got
God damn. Rise got
All right.
good initiative.
because I had a feeling when I got the sidetracked on it, I was looking up the Guildhall stuff and all the stuff I already wrote down. So that's why I got sidetracked. I'm like, oh, Guildhall, make sure I have the people I need to talk to and everything like that. And then I thought Ori was going to sleep, and same with the other one. And then all of a sudden, just like Raven Cult time, it's like, whoa! I need sleep. All right, sorry. Okay, so to the Guildhall, to the Guildhall, to the Guildhall. Ba-doop, ba-doop. All right, I'm gonna take this, and I gotta put this somewhere else now, though. I was getting ahead
Why
of
don't we
myself.
shove the guild hall and move it somewhere else?
Let's get a. I think there was Happy Tavern music. Tavern Afternoon. We'll go back.
I think anytime we enter a tavern now, you should play more Final Fantasy boss music, just to run with it at this
Yeah.
point.
No, just do it like 1 out of 10 times to keep us on our toes.
Every time. That would be funny.
Did I do that? That sounds like something I would do.
No, you did it last time. You played some really intense music, and we were like, are we about to die in the tavern? And you're like, oh shit. My bad.
Reed puts an unbeatable boss in every tavern, so parties don't go there.
No, but they're only in the corner.
So where
They're
can
only
we
like-
go, Reed? Where I want you to go.
Yeah.
That sounds like an open box. Alright. You guys stroll through the city, and you remember where I told you the guilds were? They were in the merchant district.
Oh yeah, I was about to say. I think the trade district,
Trade
right?
district.
Trade district.
Alright, perfect. So we go. You guys make a nice long walk over to the trade district. Is the group sticking together? They're gonna go do this first, and then you guys are doing the cult together.
We can. I thought Arai and Ash were doing it separately.
Yeah,
They were
they're
gonna
gonna
do
do
it
it separate.
separately, but then I thought I heard them say like they go, then we go. So it is.
I
split
meant like
off.
in terms of perspective.
You got it.
Yeah, in
It's
terms
those
of
four,
just, like,
and
yeah,
then
Double
we'll
check.
do it whenever you feel we can go towards
You
that
got
direction.
Yeah.
All right. Your group walks into the Bounty Hunter Guild, as led by
Theric, probably.
Derek. Yep, that's who I was looking for. As you open in, you see a beautiful guild hall that has a fair amount of attention to detail, but is rough for wear. You can see the boards are well worn with dirt and the erosion of multitudes of footsteps over long durations of time. There are guild boards all around the area, or job boards rather, all around the area, posting a multitude of different either wanted posters or overflow from the general guild hall of the town where jobs get posted in general. Some will get reposted here because others are just not taking it up in the hope of maybe somebody with the need for cold hard coin would be of more interest and intrigue to solve their maybe day-to-day issues. There is a latitude of different wooden tables filled with bounty hunters and ales out. This place seems lively and in healthy. There is lots of bounty hunters or patrons inside this bar. It looks as though there are plenty of Cloven employees that work inside not only the bar, but are all different connections within the trade district. You can see how it connects through the cooks here aren't bounty hunters per se, but they are part of the maybe the cooks union inside here that works together. And then you have the different types of wines and drinks and other logistical stuff that bring together a guild, whatever materials they may need. You can see there's even shops set up inside here to purchase or trade arms or to trade jewels, because sometimes bounties hunters will come back and they won't want to go to other places inside the city. So they have pop-up shots inside here so they don't have to then drag their loot all the way somewhere else. It's also an easier way for them to get more money. Anyone's welcome into these bars because this is also a place of soliciting where people will come up to bounty hunters and be like, hey, I'll give you a coin if you go do this. And many of those people understand that that comes with the chance of a punch in the face and getting your butt kicked out of here if it's inappropriate or dangerous or not something this guild approves of. You guys, again, led by Theric, inside this area with a plethora of different designs for tapestries flowing from the walls, art pieces on the walls. There is no taxidermy. It's not one of those type of places. This is more just like a place of community inside the bounty hunters and people of Clovis.
I imagine there's some sort of like administrative desk, and that's
Yes.
where Derek is going to take the group to get Titus and Near their licenses, as well as maybe Owen if he decides to.
Sure. So, you are gonna see the initial administrative assistant there, sees you, nods, hears your request, and I gotta go grab the guild master. He's the one that always approves these. And as he leaves, you begin to go prepare the entire group for the guild master, but as soon as the administrator leaves, putting his hands on top of the table, he leans himself upwards to see the group of potential new recruits. What you guys see is a human individual who is missing one eye. There's a large scar through this eye that continues through his face. down his neck into his shoulder. There is a grin and a big pipe that he is smoking out of the side of it. You see a lively eye over here, but interestingly enough, there seems to be like gold for his coloring inside his eye, that of which you've never seen in other person before. The hair is pretty kept short, but it is this completely like graying into white. It's messy and disheveled. His outfit itself was that of what you may think of different leathers and mishmashes of pockets, and it seems like there's compartments for just about everything, and it is worn to pieces. You can see there's holes coming at certain places. It's not, but like places of use. It's not from a lack of care for it in that sense. It's an overuse. And as he comes over, smoking his pipe, he looks up at your group. So you want to be bounty hunters?
Yes. Yeah. My friend here is certified or licensed with you guys, and has talked about it. And it seems like there's some good opportunity, not only to help ourselves, but also to help the community as well. Dangerous criminals, those kind of people out and about, really can help diminish or put other people in Clovis at danger. So that's kind of like myself and my friends here are interested just to make sure we're doing everything on the up and up with you guys as well.
Nice speech there. I liked it. Very good. It's what you would say to the normal bureaucracy administrators around here to get things done. We might have a chance to get things done around here with an attitude like that. Now, Ferric Whitfall.
Yes.
You've been pretty good for us, for the guild so far.
He starts rattling off your exact dimensions, your height, your weight, how many jobs you've completed, how much you've earned.
Ferric's been a bounty hunter for a while too. So I imagine he's had quite a few jobs. I think he's been a bounty hunter for like 15 years.
Okay. And then
I would double check on his backstory.
Sure. But then I'd say you get recertified here, right? When you came into this city, maybe. And because he never forgets an individual that he's certified. He keeps them all locked tight in the database here. Want a whiff, little guy? As he gives it to Nier after the speech.
It was like, he takes it, but he's never done it before, so he's just like holding it. He's not inhaling. It's just like in his mouth, and he's like nothing's happening.
Excellent. He takes that back. All right, big guy. What's your story?
Who, Owen or Titus?
The giant lion in front of me.
Associate Derek?
That's it. This big, burly, scary guy's just an associate. You want a bounty hunt, kid?
I do a little bit already.
Oh, a freelancer without a permit. Got a badass, a rogue, a renegade.
Derek's just like, God damn it. As soon as you said that, he's like, are you fucking kidding me?
And you look like just a good person. Why would you want to get involved with all this?
I want to help where I can.
I believe you. You too. Almost believe you, short one. You're a troublemaker. No matter where I go, somehow it seems you're a troublemaker. Got this feeling about you. Come here.
He leans over to Owen first, and he grabs a piece of paper, puts it right near him, and just gives a nice little stamp. You're a certified bounty hunter.
Vibes check out on this one. I'm not convinced on the other two.
Oh
He's just
my
a
God.
mind checker.
Literally just
Thank you.
bang, he's good.
You're very welcome, and I hope you do a lot of good in this city.
The plan.
I'm not sure I trust a person that doesn't know a smoke from his story, I guess. You see, he puts the pipe down, brings up another pipe, gets it going. You get the sense he's high as a kite.
Yeah,
They
it just
stare
goes like,
ominously at this
Yeah,
person that has
say,
not instantly
no one
taken
gets
to their
it.
approval. The two players, both Titus and Nier, contemplate how they may try to persuade if they really give a shit at an instant not yes, apparently, to get this license. Man, the absolute adversity of not an
Okay.
instant yes seems to have stumped my two
Derek is
players.
like- Okay, I was curious. I said, am I going to sit here and have to say something? He's going to say it.
Derek just elbows Titus, but Derek is also like 4 feet tall, and Titus is like 6 feet tall, so he just like gets him like in the hip.
Oh, I thought you were gonna hit me in the nuts for a second and just ruin my
in the
day.
hip.
I like look at him and be like, I mean, I've never had to smoke, and also I'm kind of like looks around the room. It's like I'll do things a lot differently than a lot of the people here. I'm not a violent person. Like he doesn't have any weapons on him. He's like but I am more convincing and have the magic abilities to kind of assist me, and that's kind of what I'm looking to help with. It's something that you may be missing, is the ability to have convince someone to turn themselves in rather than dragging them in dead.
Dead tell no tales unless you got the right spell for that. Unorthodox. I like it. I like it a lot. You may find that violence is a necessity in our line of work, but I hope you never have to experience it, young guy. Come here. He hands you yours.
Besides, bringing them alive is useful for information on other cases, so.
Would
He
you
leans over
certify-
towards the giant
Leonin.
and just blows smoke right in his face. You get like a secondary high. Very, very, very weak.
Do I get like a point of exhaustion or something?
No,
Not everything has to be debuffs or rolls, my friends. We're in fun mode, man. I don't have to hurt you yet. I've hurt you enough in the last campaign.
Yeah. I like the use of yeah.
You'll wear on me, my patience.
Titus will kind of wince at that and kind of look at Theric like you owe me one for this. And he'll respond, if I'm really good with this, and he'll kind of pull up his bow, could you certify me?
We got lots of good sharpshooters, but I'm not the one to judge. In the sense, we could always use new ones. Sure, you can beat me in a sharpshooting contest. I'll let you go. I'll approve your permit, my friend.
Deal.
Very good.
He won't even hesitate. Deal.
Great.
This
Good
guy's gonna have like
lord.
he's gonna be the greatest shot in all the land. It's just over.
Say over there. You see, let's see. Only it's Miska in here, my list of names, but it looked like Mikasa at first look. I'm like, that's not what I'm yelling out. They're not going to be happy.
Not giving him that one.
Nope. Miska! Put a... Yeah, one of them pears. Put that right on top of your head.
Oh my god.
You kill one of our barmaids and you're in trouble.
This
Uh,
just turned into Skyfall out of nowhere.
Fuck. Hold on a minute.
I need you to shoot this pear off her head for me.
Okay, Adam. Don't fuck it up.
If I roll in that one, I'm just gonna like turn off.
Go
my
ahead
PC
and
walk
roll.
away.
Roll, boss.
Do we- Out of
Roll it in
curiosity,
D&D Beyond. Do
Yeah,
it.
roll
Yeah,
D&D
yeah.
Beyond. We should see this.
And also
Um,
roll with advantage because you're good at shooting. So
All right, cool. So now
Um,
just don't run 2 nat ones.
everyone, just hit 2. 17.
Okay.
What did I add 3 for?
No,
What was
14.
it?
very good.
Because you rolled two
Because you rolled
d20s at
five.
the same
You rolled
time.
2. Yeah.
So your
take-
eye rolls a 14.
yeah,
No,
I just rolled-
yeah, but what am I getting the +3 from? Because I
It's
just
just
like
the other d20. You rolled two
because you rolled
d20s.
2 d20s.
I see. Gotcha. So 14. I was
14 plus.
Plus,
You
what's your modifiers?
Could have been a 3.
14.
That would be nice.
14. My dex is +4, or I guess
Well,
it
you're
is a
plus to
weapon
hit.
check.
Oh,
Oh,
plus to
+9. 23. I'm so sorry.
You unbacking down from the challenge, take your bow out, still meeting his eyes, shoot the arrow right through the pear, right into the dart boards that are behind those walls. You can see there's like lanes for darts, axe throwing, even arrow shooting, but even he didn't want to go to the arrow shooting range.
Breaks through
Okay.
the wall into the arrow shooting range.
In my defense, I hit when you said roll to everyone. My brain instantly goes to the bottom left and just hit the normal roll instead of rolling the attack like I should have. that's what happened. That's why I was confused.
Pretty darn good. Yeah, go ahead, get up there, up there. You see, he looks over. There's one eye, and from behind the bar just brings up a beautiful magical bow. You can see the aura literally coming off it, and with his proper form, brings it back to his eye that is blind. And you see, for a second, it opens just the tiniest bit. And
Oh, this
you
guy's cool.
You see, there's
Oh my
there's
God.
this red purple glow underneath, and you see the arrow goes right through and nails right next to where your pear was.
This guy's fucking cool.
Looks like a good draw there. Get a kiwi fruit, about a big. Put
Is
it
the
on her
maid
head.
like stone cold, just standing there?
What's that?
The person who has the
You can tell she's very used to this bullshit.
she
is unfazed. Upon the more perceptive of you can notice there are a plethora of scars on her body that have been healed with magic, but the scars have not gone away.
Oh God.
There are just fine healers inside this place, but
Did this guy give his name?
yeah, you did he? Yeah, I thought so. No,
No, the person with the thing on their head.
the person
No,
with the
no,
thing on
I'm
the head, just the
talking about the
barmaid.
Guildmaster.
Oh yeah, I flipped
The
it.
Guildmaster. The Guildmaster is Edar Dragonbane, rather. Excuse me, Dragonbane.
God, what a name.
All right,
That's cool.
that's a great name.
Edar,
This guy's fucking
E-I-D-A-R
cool.
Dragonbane.
Dragonbane's a fantastic name.
And that is the name he was given when he became Guildmaster.
Mm.
The last name. He was always Edar. All right, kiddo, try again. See if you can hit that without killing my barmaiden.
All right.
All right, here we go.
That's a dirty 20, and then that's a 25.
As you pull it back, and just about as you're going to release, he leans forward, catches the arrow, and pulls you in as he opens his other eye slightly, and you can feel it like look into your very being. As you see, there's this like almost takes you to this tunnel vision of a world between, and you see him go look you up and down and goes, no, and then stops. And he's like, "That'll be all today, Mishka." And you see her just roll her eyes and get back to work. He gives you your arrow back. Enjoy your time and don't hurt too many people.
He'll nod and take it. He will not argue.
And for
All
such an
right,
old
that's-
man, he has quite the grip on him.
All right, that took a bit longer than I expected.
Hey, There, come here.
So
Come here.
yeah. Yes.
Take a puff of this.
You see, Baron does like a calculation in his head. You know that. Oh, he does. He takes a small puff. He takes like just enough that it's like, yeah, I'm partaking, but not enough that he's gonna fucking be off his game for the rest of the day.
He looks at you after he takes it. He gives you a smile. If I hear bad stories about these boys, it's your title we're talking about. It's on you, my friend. You vouch for him?
Yes, I think so. I vouch for them, all three.
That is the least encouraging vouching of one's name and word I've heard in ages.
The one that gives me pause is points to Nier. Titus is just bad with words.
We've all been.
7 charisma, baby. We love it.
Yeah, you boys interested in any guild work today? Any bounties you're on the lookout for?
We're working the Herodin case right now, but if there's anything else within the city walls that we could take care of at the same time.
City walls are pretty dense right now. I would let you stick to that one. We got some far ones. There's some dragon bounties out there for some younger ones that have been causing some havoc. And there's one rogue ancient one out there that we're trying to dump on somebody, but nobody seems to want it. And we do have a handful of new dungeons that popped up that need some clearing. So when you guys have some time, maybe come back visit me, and we'll go look into those.
We'll probably take a look at the younger dragon bounties.
Sure.
Who knows? Perhaps one day we'll be strong enough to take the ancients. Am I right?
Sure. Sightings in the farming district as per usual. There seems to be 3 different dragons, one of which is continuing to grab our cows. It ain't cool. So we need somebody to either reason with it or gut it to get it to stop stealing.
Farming district.
From farmer Rowan Teller.
Say,
When
that bounty wouldn't be given out by the lord of the district, Charlemagne.
You see, he turns
Charlemagne's
over
start.
and takes one of the copies, because there's multiple copies around here. They make it look like there's way more jobs than there actually is. He looks at it, he's like, it did the very same. He definitely posted that here. Word comes from him.
I'll take it.
Farming district, Rowan Teller, Tellor, dragons nabbing their cows. Young.
Thank you for your time, and between you and me, how many times today have you done the old shoot off
Today?
song and dance?
First of the day, I'm thrilled. This was great. No one
That's surprising.
signing up. Yesterday, my arms got sore. I can tell you that much.
You're doing good work here, Dragonbane.
Want to arm wrestle?
Why not?
All right.
Oh boy.
So, am I rolling athletics or just draw strength? I mean, they're the same for me.
Strength. Just do a strength check.
9.
8. He didn't roll well.
You just see them both take forever, but they're not
And then finally
particularly.
Derek wins. He gives you a nice pat on your shoulder. Getting stronger, my friend. Love to see it. You'll be taking on dragons in no time. All right,
the
you
hope.
lot. Go out, catch your bounties, do some good in the world.
How
I
much
did my
gold is
task.
that dragon bounty?
Oh, to stop the just to return the cows that were either stolen or equal worth of like return of resources. That's 300 gold pieces. Defeat of the dragon, whether it be by dead or alive, is an additional 1,000 gold pieces.
Oh, you already got this. All right. All right. And we'll be off.
You
We're
guys
meeting the other two at the homestead, correct? Near Owen. Okay.
In the morning, I think so. I think for the rest of the day, I'm gonna putz around town for a little bit. Probably we'll meet for breakfast. How's that sound?
Sounds like a plan. I think Theric is just gonna go home because his family lives in the city.
Sure.
I would probably return to my lodgings. Maybe check in on Flower.
Yep. Flower in great condition.
Sorry, Willow.
Willow.
Yes.
Also, I thought you were fine. Yeah, and in great condition. And everyone's happy to see. She's extremely happy to see you. Gives like those happy trots horses can have at times when they see you, and happy to have her master back.
Good girl.
Let's go to the other group looking for the Black Sun
Temple of the
information.
Raven Queen.
Yep, we're gonna go poke around.
There you are.
It's all connected somehow.
Somehow, some way.
While you do that, we'll go to drink.
Can't fucking leave. That's illegal. Anyway, you guys roam into the Holy District. Well, it depends actually. Yeah, Holy District makes the most sense going to the Temple of the Raven Queen inside here.
That was our presumed
The
start.
matron of ravens. Can't be right free.
I don't know anything against them. It just sounds so much lamer. It's so much lamer. I
On
can't
the
get rid
way
of it either.
over-
Well, I can't.
I
I
was
keep
just
trying to find
talking-
new ways to do the God of Death. The Raven Queen just works so well. Anyway,
On the way over, Ash is just gonna ask. So I'm gonna take a stab in the dark and say you're from Hank. No, is that the desert? Fuck, I haven't looked at the document. In a
Yep.
minute.
Yes.
Is that the okay?
Yep.
The desert.
I'll be honest, Reed. I don't know if we ever decided where my origin point was.
Genuinely speaking, I don't know, boss.
Here, this moment.
where do you want it?
Actually, no. I'm my family's originally from across the Maw, but they moved over here on request from the Order and some more specific duties that were
Oh.
asked of them.
Where from across the mall?
Where do I want to say that? Oh God, where's the map? Legend Keeper.
I'll see if I veto it.
He's just like, no.
I mean, he's got like 99% of places are probably more than fine.
Uh,
I was born in Dustlight.
What a mistake.
I swam.
What a mistake.
Nice swam.
What a mistake.
originally Neverwinter, but I didn't really live there too long.
Where's Neverwinter on the map?
It's right at the border,
Oh, right,
like
at the
right,
border.
right next to the Maw.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
Literally across the way from the Dark Desert.
yeah. It's,
We swear we could see it across the endless miles of ocean.
Yes,
Some of us have tried kayaking over there. It always fails.
I don't think I don't think I've been to Neverwinter. Anytime
No,
recently.
Neverwinter was the seat of power, though, for Seri Clovis after the Chosen took over. It was Seri, Mace, Owen, and... Does anybody remember what the other girl's name was? They took over the cities of Neverwinter, I believe Exeter, and
Remember.
Peterborough, I think, were the three new capitals of Freya.
Was this at the end of campaign 1 or in the middle of it?
It was campaign 1. This happened after the fall of the
Cobalt Wolves. Yep.
Yes, when Tendorf is no longer the capital, but it is been restored as a city of sorts, but it's one of those like World War II Germany, well, post World War One, but enforced a little better of like, you ain't getting nothing, Tendorf. And they're like, what, me? No, we just want a standing army. And they're like, literally against what we said. Literally not in the contract. He's like, it's a tiny standing army. How can we keep defense? So they basically have no standing army. It's all outside sources, and that causes plenty of issues. But we're not in Tendorf, and we're not doing that campaign at the moment, so don't worry about it.
Nope. The only notes on Tendorf is that's where Ula's all came from. Cool.
Nice.
Are you shitting me? That's what he decided?
In the campaign 1 one?
Yeah, apparently that's where he came from.
Legend Keeper? Yeah. Home to Ulazal. He studied and served as a doctor here until the children of Wisdom brought him into the fold.
What a bitch. He had an absolute responsibility to help restore that place, and he just died immediately. He just said, done. After everything, just like I was supposed to die to Skybreaker, Luke stole my thunder, screw it. I'm done. I want to see my wife.
That's not even how it happened, though, because it was literally just like Skybreaker's ready. Who's next in initiative? Yep. Oh, it's Shalmir.
Yep. Yup.
Okay.
Alright, anyway, more things Ulazal.
Yeah,
I
don't even remember any of the time my family spent in Neverwinter because they moved when I was just very young. They'd been there for a bit, but...
So they got called over by the Blackstone Order, or the Raven Queen, like the greater religious movement?
You're well-traveled, right?
Yes, I think.
Like, you go... What's the strangest thing you've come across?
Crap, what?
Stop going to the meme and try and find something good.
I was gone and trying to come up with something interesting, but I can't think of anything like really fun off the top of my head.
I was just off screen when the Chosen defeated Melora. I was right there.
Well, that's where I was going. I was going to what you've talked to me at length about in TM.
Yeah. I was sitting there eating popcorn with it, watching the Chosen kill Melora.
We were both right off screen.
Yeah, right off screen. Much. I was in Nature's Hold when the Chosen were doing that thing with Melora. That was chaos. That was a
really
whole lot of... Talk about ugly. That is not a very pleasant time to live through, I can tell you that much.
Oh, I'd believe that. Well, the reason I ask is because where I'm from, it's not like a total secret, but like people get strange about it when they hear. My family is more of a side. They're part of more of like a side group within the branches of the Raven Queen. That more specifically focuses on the Reapers themselves, the fairy men and women of death. People get weird about that because they think we're like showing up to kill people, but that's really not what we do.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit of a misnomer. Like, people just have their own impression. And so it was them being called from more of like the general side of the Raven Queen. They were brought over to be more involved with that aspect of the faith.
Yes, it's a lot of people really just look at death, obviously, as a very scary thing in any context, which makes a lot of the nuance of specifically the Raven Queen and many of her teachings hard to discuss, because many people just instantly look at it and go, death.
Yeah.
Bad, more about the acceptance of it, and a lot of different texts view it as the final journey you're ever going to take, which is its own beautiful thing in their eyes. Some people don't like it because they don't get it and it scares them. which, to be fair. But then also, you have some people come back from dying, and then they're like, it wasn't too bad, and it's just like, well, you came back. That's not normal. So
it depends on the circumstances as well, because people think the Raven Queen is just all about like when you die, and that's not necessarily true. Everything comes to its end. But there are ways, like she still honors certain methods of a life to return in exchange for something. Like you can't come back for free. There has to be a price paid in order to balance the weight of the nature of the circumstances. I mean, if somebody's bringing back something into more of a state of undeath, that is for sure something unnatural. But kind of the standard, like, divine resurrection type magic, that stuff, that always comes with some sort of price, typically monetary in nature, but oftentimes you can potentially vie for returning a soul. But the biggest thing is there has to be a price paid. You can't just come back for nothing.
Well, many of the times in the different pantheons, especially when it comes to divine magic, is a lot of the gods kind of have to look at other gods. It's just a fact of it. Like when another god brings back someone, in the Raven Queen's instance, a lot of time in their writings, it goes against their domain sometimes, but also it's another god. They can hate them for it. They can try to
that also kind of
push back.
Sometimes that does depend a bit on the translations and the interpretations. Like,
yes, which is its own.
Yeah,
god.
like I'm sure the people, the Blackstone Order, might be a little bit more gung ho about you die, there's no coming back kind of thing. Whereas, I mean, like, we work a little bit more closely to that specific relationship with the Raven Queen, and like I said, there's nuance to it. It's not cut and dry.
Don't get me wrong, it's not lost on me. I've been doing this for some time, but it is interesting just the things you hear with the things out of the order here in town. You don't fully really makes you wonder how they're trying to fit it into the overall Raven Queen narrative many times, just because it's the focus on death is a little bit more concerning sometimes, depending on how they're doing.
Yeah. That feels so nice. Anytime I've told somebody about it, they get really like, "Are you about to kill me?" Or like, it just feels weird. So it's nice to have somebody who has some sort of understanding.
I mean, I'm not saying I want to die anytime soon, but
I'm not killing anybody.
I know. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying. It's an honest yes. Well, I don't know whatever you did for that thing in there counts as killing, because I don't think it's bad. I'm not sure what that thing was. Frankly,
I don't think that's dead.
Yeah.
I think.
Speaking of which,
there's something more to that.
What you did with your crossbow thing, is that hemomancy or hemocraft?
It's more of a hemocraft.
Okay.
It is. It's not like a true. How would I describe it? Because it's not necessarily manipulating the blood itself. It is invoking magic, utilizing blood as the
catalyst.
Yeah, as the catalyst.
Yes, it's. I just only ask because in some of my preliminary research, which is very little because I'm not super in, more just doing a very general branch of the many different types of magic. Hemocraft is still frowned upon, but works for many people. And then hemomancy is very like, oh, that's hey buddy, controlling other people's blood, typically, no matter what way you slice it, not looked on very well.
Not super well.
But I just was curious because I've never actually seen hemocraft in person, so I thought it was rather interesting to actually see it. It's one thing reading about something, another actually seeing it.
Yes, I mean there's a lot of fascinating stuff that goes along with it. It is certainly a unique aspect of magic, I guess. I kind of would say in quotes magic, because it's a little bit different from the standard, like the arcane, the natural, and the divine. It's kind of its own grouping in a sense.
Yes. So at this point, Rick, do we arrive at the? Do we want to get? Are we good to just say we're at the temple?
Oh, for sure. You bet.
Well, yeah, not to cut you off, Hunter, or anything. Just I fear.
Oh, that was great.
No, you've been outside this entire time, just like
Yeah.
standing in front of the
Standing
building.
there, NPCs standing like 2 Skyrim NPCs outside of a location, constantly like walking in circles.
So
that was great. No
go up
notes.
to the entrance to the Temple of the Raven Queen.
Yep.
Kind of walk through the main entrance and. just
You
trying to
guys
find
notice
the-
that this is a magnificent piece of architecture, and what you have experienced and lived with here all your life is that the Herald of the Raven Queen personally saw to this temple, as with many other temples, but obviously this place where she was born, that it is basically like nepotism at its finest, I guess. That it gets all the cool stuff because it is the Raven Queen's champion's home base of sorts, and there are a plethora of tributes to Ralia Blackstone all throughout this area, along with endless carvings, etchings, statues of the Raven Queen and Raven Queen champions throughout all of time, and ravens, just ravens everywhere. Excuse me, the place is littered with ravens, and you notice there is also a bajillion workers around here constantly trying to keep the place clean from feathers and droppings. There are obscured out of eyes of most people are these troughs that all the ravens do their droppings in just fine for the real ravens. But then there are ethereal ravens that are mixed in here that are of other origins that keep a watchful eye on the city. As you meet the people out front, they happily welcome you in for any prayers today. They hand you in some basically equivalent of prayer cards for the Raven Queen as you walk in, as it continues to be absolutely lavish, extravagant, awe-inspiring architecture, paintings, glasswork, fountains. The place is nothing but beauty. There is different depictions that people have described seeing the Raven Queen, one of which as a ravenoid monster as you guys walk inside in one statue, another as maybe a young 14-year-old looking girl, calming and innocent, another that being of some sort of armored creature or of wolf-like nature. There's wolf/raven-like nature. It is different interpretations, amalgamations of the many signs of death people have seen. A very calm with pale makeup elf. Well, God bless you then. Fucking attack me with that. Walks over to Orai, sees his face, and she gestures and just like sees the mask. And it's like, oh, you'll probably want to talk to so-and-so. Very calm and easy movements. You guys get directed towards one of the many shrines inside this area. There is ravens on all sorts of different posts all around, as you see a individual working on a table with different sorts of apothecary tools and bottles and elements and alchemy in this area. There is an enrichment of smells of, I would say, of different like herbs, herby, fully loaded, all over the place. Herbs and spices all throughout, giving almost like a minty smell to the air. As the individual turns around without the other one in pale makeup, the steward that walked you over here, saying anything, he turns around and she immediately walks away at the same time. You see a very old-looking man with his sins sagging ridiculously low. He's got little bits of white hair that he should just cut off at this point. There's no hair left. He should just go bald, but for some reason it's still unkept mess. He's missing most of his teeth. He's got a big honking schnoz on his face. He has got a grin to him and is missing one eyebrow as the individual lumbers over to the group, and you see him go, hot damn! It looks like a reaper's walking inside here. Particle, You kill any undead lately?
Ash just immediately raises an eyebrow at this. Just like,
No, not recently.
Oh, what are you doing? What good are you? You ain't killing. God damn, the Raven Queen's gonna be real pissed if you ain't doing jack. Anyway, good to meet you. Name's Umber. What do I have over here? I can't read my own handwriting. Terrific. Hundleft. Umber Hundleft. Good to meet you. Humble servant of the Raven Queen. I imagine you want to take your note and get your bearings about all your orders and services. Very good. Very good. These old legs aren't what they used to, but if you come down into the inner sanctum of this center here, we got many inner sanctums. We don't just have one inner sanctum. What do you think? We run an establishment of chaos over here? No, order. There is order and death. Down we go. You see him, he pulls just like a crunk lever, and then the springs have long given out, and you can see like the rubbings that we're just smashing down instead of a nice ease upstairs. And you see him walking down as he pulls up his little robe a little bit. You can see his very like bone-thin legs. He's like, one fall, and that's it for me. Don't tempt me with a good time. As he's going down the stairs.
I turned to Ash real quick. I just kind of shrug a little bit.
yeah, Ash just like he's just the fucking the rock one eyebrow up of just. But he'll follow
down the staircase.
Sure. You guys follow down the stairs, and inside. Once you go down what seems like way too many stairs, you guys come like find yourself inside an inner sanctum chamber where there is a single large fountain here, surrounded by different like pews all around, circular, that you can sit down and do your prayers. And there is a glass mosaic of the Raven Queen. This one, her personification as a teenage girl, is up there and cloaked in white. You can't see her face. It has like almost like the bridal veil over her face. And she's like putting her finger up to the sky with a raven about to land on it. The fountain itself has 3 different ravens spewing out what looks to be like this green liquid into a fountain down here as it continues to cycle through. As soon as you guys get down, like literally the second, Ash, you take your foot off the last step of the stair, wham! It goes back up, and you see him as he puts it. There we go. Okie doke. So, Reaper Bass Boy not doing his job. You're gonna want to connect with the nearest of your associates. Wait a minute. What are you here for? I got ahead of myself.
Yeah. I was given a task by Aiden to come here, and they said that there were two objectives. That I
yeah. Wait a minute. Aiden sent a missive not too long ago. Wait a minute. He starts scrolling.
Are you fucking kidding me?
He starts looking around, scrolling for stuff, and he comes over with this stained and shit, and he's bringing it over, and he's just like, Aiden, Valkyrie, okie doke.
We got 2 people
wait
on
a second.
Valkyrie missions. We got 2 people on Valkyrie missions.
Yeah, would Ash, if that's the Valkyrie, would Ash know that's the Valkyrie's name?
I mean, yes, but there's other Aidens in the world, but hearing a Valkyrie, hearing the name Aiden mentioned inside the...
Yeah, okay, yeah, well, he's already on edge after... He's already on edge after fucking Derek. He's like, well, I gotta make a thing of a Valkyrie, and... Okay, so it's all clicking at once in his head, like the second that says, because Derek said it, and then Hunter said his character started laughing, and Ash was like, oh, that's just a silly thing, and then it immediately clicks, where he's like, no, you can't.
No visible escape right now from this inner sanctum either.
He's invested, but...
So it says here, Aiden wants you to go to a certain dead drop location to go to Mirror World to fight a Tarask. Does that sound right to you?
No.
No. All right, I got another one here. So let me look at the next one here. This one's talking about some chosen business. Is that you?
I'm not a chosen.
No, that's not it either. Shit, that's the only 2 missives I have from her here. So, give me a second. We'll give her a ring on the ring. as he
She did
walks
specifically
over.
tell- oh, okay.
And he goes over to the waters. And he's just like, Reaper call for the Valkyrie of the Reapers. He takes one of the bowls that are on the sides there, and he goes and drinks it. And you see him like, and just falls to the ground and just collapses. And then out of his mouth, you see this green smoke come out, and it begins to form out of his mouth. You can see, hovering there, the Valkyrie of the Raven Queen, Aiden, is in corporeal
what?
form.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and
Okay,
change the
okay.
music.
Yeah,
So
change
Ash-
that.
Ash was like sitting there and he tracks that at the start of this conversation. He's like, no fucking way. No. And then that guy starts talking. He's like, no. This happens. It's
so
just,
crazy.
what?
Wait, did you
He's not
did
said a
you-
word yet, but it's just.
did you
dead
immediately
silent.
clock how how this group fit together like a puzzle on this end? He does not come in.
Can I get a Valkyrie for my backstory?
How many Valkyries do we have that could go around?
We've got two.
Boy, it is good to see that you've made it.
So I'm still a little unsure. I mean, you just told me that there were 2 tasks out in the city, and Umber is he's a character, and he didn't really let me, because I thought I was supposed to connect with the Blackstone Order, not necessarily the followers here at the temple. Just a little confused at the moment.
It is alright, they are one and the same in the sense that they've integrated very well. And it seems like Umber's very good at spotting many of our members, but he lacks discretion. One of your duties that I can now disclose to you much clearer now that you're in the city. The first being that there has been a rise of undead activity inside the waste districts in the city of Clovis. I would like for you to investigate, annihilate any undead that you may find, but only after you've gathered information, because you may have someone else, maybe a necromancer, maybe someone making an excellent mistake, an honest one, creating these undead creatures. So we should seek out the information first, and then annihilate any undead that you see. There is another job that could potentially take place regarding undead inside the ruined city of Clovis. For the past 100 years, that ruined city has slowly been eroded away, and there has been spots of potentially undead people from even the time in which the city once lived. Survivors. That is highly unlikely, if not utterly impossible, given what happened to the city of Clovis when the Madness War came through. That is something I would advise you checking out in time as you feel more comfortable inside this new city. It is something of interest to me, but I am being called for many other tasks at the moment. If you find anything that seems far too powerful, say like a Madam Champion of any sorts, be undead or otherwise, return, contact me, and we will take care of it. For the job to move someone to pass out, we have an individual named Samar Moore. Samar saved many people during the Madness Purge of that very city I just mentioned. Is coming up on their 114th birthday. They've lived a wonderful life, and they need a guide to the next realm. It would be, as a devout follower of the Rain Queen, their honor to have you represent and help them into the next one. Those are the tasks I have for you at this time.
Understood.
I trust that you can do them.
I won't let you down.
Take care, and always remember you are in the Raven Queen's watchful army, ever guiding you through the final moments.
question for the rest of the players. Reed, could you describe the Valkyrie of the Raven Queen visually? Just so that we have a visual.
Might have a picture.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure at least one of the thumbnails of Campaign 1 is just the Valkyrie the Raven Queen.
And was this the one?
This is the one Adium had like
Yeah,
strung
Adium
up
had
on
sprung
its
up.
last leg.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Now, yeah. To give you an idea of how busted Adium is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Adium's an enigma. He's busted as the plot needs it to be.
I miss my boy so much. So much.
It's okay. The show is really cool.
Yeah, whatever. He is. I'm proud of her and whatever.
Mom, can we watch Lion King when... Honey, we've got Lion King at home. And then it's the direct-to-video Lion King 2 VHS set.
Agony.
Yeah, Ash is having the wackiest 24 hours of his life so far.
Ash has
And
definitely
the past
just
100 years.
stumbled into the fucking...
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is bizarre. Yeah.
That sucks.
The past hour alone has been so bizarre. It's like, oh, this one guy knows Valkyrie? Okay,
Yep.
maybe. The odds of 2 of the people I just run into know the Valkyries? What the fuck?
Imagine how many people you know could know Valkyries now.
It's at
Nier's
least
dead
2.
friend is a
Which-
Valkyrie.
It's at
I
least
swear to
2.
God, Drew. I
It's
swear to
not
God.
many.
Drew.
It's not many, but it's weird that it's happened this many
weird.
times.
Oh, don't worry. Ash is gonna bring something up in a minute. Don't worry. We've got some stuff on the dock now. I would also like to mention, it's like session 3. Religion seems to be a very major point of this group. A major theme already.
All right, I don't have her. There is a thumbnail at some point.
I was about to say,
One of
Drew
them.
put 2 pictures in the group chat.
Oh boy.
That's just the thumbnails.
I think the second one might be it.
Yeah,
I think
those
they're
are close
both.
to it. Those are thumbnails that I use just in reference to it all. But Aven very much had the Raven Queen, like that Raven mask on her. That is just like white with the rest of her armor being black. Her colors are always black and green for the Raven Queen with those beautiful like Valkyrie wings, but they're all the feathers of ravens on her. She wields a scythe as well, being that of the Grim Reaper. Yeah, she's just pale. Everything on her skin is completely pale. She is very even keel for her attitude and demeanor. She doesn't get riled up at all, and she is part of the Grim Reapers from Campaign 1 after Orlith's debacle. She returned the favor for the Chosen lore-wise, just something of interest. So she has Reaper vision, similar to what the Reapers in Death Note see, is that they can see how long everyone is potentially going to die, basically. And those numbers can change based on acts is what you do, but they see the date of your death above just about everybody's head. Aiden has Reaper vision in that sense, is what I call it. She saw that the Chosen were going to die, and because they freed her from being captured, she saved them at Fate's twilight and reset their clocks, allowing them to continue forward. So very much the interconnections of both the Chosen, the Raven Queen, and Aiden are integral and mysterious to the spirituality and lore of this world. So just some stuff out there. Okay.
Okay.
And just for clarity, you said the name of the person I was performing a rite on was Samar Moore. I believe that's what I had written.
SamarFaemoira. Samar Femoria.
Okay.
As the green mist dissipates from the floating portal that had a scry, which you didn't have like a clear 1-to-1. She was all in different shades of green, green scale basically.
You see Umber wake up. Hey! Wowza! That's a good one. All right. So you got your marching orders, right, Killer?
Yep.
Very good.
She wishes you well, and expresses that she wished you used a little bit more discretion.
She's always so funny. Wham! Anything hits the floor. Up you go. Make sure to kill some undead for me. Those bastards don't deserve life or existence in any way. Get up! Upstairs. No compassion, remember. They'll try to trick you.
I'll just shake my head and
Hey,
exit.
you want a sucker, kiddo? As he hands you an elf much older than him. A sucker.
He'll take it. He's a little bit shell shocked right now. There's a lot going through his head. He'll just take it.
Absolutely. Oh, it doesn't go up all the way. It comes down a little bit. It goes up.
He
All
grabs it and he turns, sticks it up the stairs, and he stops for a second, and then looks back at this thing and this guy, and there's a little bit of mental calculation of, where the hell did this guy get a lollipop? And then just, nope, don't the time right now. I have other things I'm caring about.
I'd say with your perception too, when he goes back to making stuff, you can see he has like a jar full of them, almost like number one dad, but it's kind of like number one alchemist jar, and it's got a bunch of those lollipops in there, and he clearly makes them for himself. And so, as soon as he gave you one, he just like, I want one, and he takes one off and puts it in his mouth as he begins.
Oh my god.
Important question. What flavor did Ash get?
What flavor did he get, DM? You're the one who gave me the lollipop.
I'd say taste of the moon, Raven.
Okay.
It's white chocolate.
Yeah, white chocolate.
White chocolate sucker. Oh.
Oh, they all taste like death. That's wild. No.
If I were to say
They
this
all
tastes
taste
like
like
that, that would
burnt
be-
toast. That's what they taste
What's up?
like. They taste like burnt toast.
Do you taste it?
Tastes like
No, that's what death tastes like.
No, I don't care
Or at
about you
least-
guys. I'm asking.
Not
No.
yet. We'll do it in a minute. He's
this tastes
Don't
like
keep
the
it.
last time I hugged my dad.
Holy fuck. I like how it's the taste of a feeling of a physical
That's
touch.
horrible.
That's a little weird.
It's the Yankee Candles various stages of loss of reality.
Yeah.
Where it's like stage one, this is a real smell, and like you get to the end and it's like this is a smell that has no tangible meaning whatsoever.
Okay. So we'll step out of the temple, I guess. Are you leaving the temple, alright? Because Ash is kind of
Yeah, I was just gonna start making my way back through the city.
Okay, so, very happy you got your orders and everything. Little bit of important advice. I think it was you who said it earlier. Happens once, it's concerning. More than once, it's its own thing. How do two of you fuckers meet a Valkyrie and end up in a cult stash?
Well, that is actually a kind of... I do find that a humorous coincidence that the two of us have experienced.
Again, 40! There's like 40 of them! In the entire world! And you two!
Although I
Eric is
think
at home sleeping.
it might be a little bit of a different relationship, because like with him it was more like this is the divine messenger, yada yada, and with me like she's a little bit more of like a mentor figure, so it's a little bit closer, but
How long have you known her? How about that? Let's start there.
they started my initiation when I was about 5, so 23 years?
Okay. Okay. Also, would Ash be aware in his studies of the use of I'm assuming is John is the Reaper position in the faith that Ori seems to be? Would he be aware of that?
Yeah, to a degree. That these people show up, never had a name to the face type of deal. Never knew they were called Reapers, but normally people of the Raven Queen would show up to help each people to the next world. That happens. Which also, context-wise, was always like, you as an academic is like, they keep saying it that way. Are they killing them? Are they killing them? What does that mean? And so that's never really clear. So you've never witnessed a rite of that yet. But that's on your list of things to, as a scholar, to know more about. But yeah, these are individuals. Nothing terrible has been written about them. Not much is known about them in that sense, but they show up throughout history. They have done things like that. They've certainly never been mentioned to go out murdering undead. That seemed very adamant that from Umber that he was not doing that.
Okay. That's wonderful. Excellent. Very happy for you.
I mean, just digest it. I know it's a bit of a
Yes.
shock. Come
Yes. Okay, because it's one thing. Like your goal as an academic at any point is maybe to meet one of these people in your life, maybe. And I've run into 2 of you fucks in 24 hours.
That is very
actually in less than 1 hour. The other one just finished telling me about it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. Good lord. Okay, I will say at the very least, this is much easier to digest. That seems like a much more normal relationship, and not just okay, go find the shards of your dead god from.
Oh yeah, no, I mean she runs the order alongside the 4 other Prime Reapers. The Prime Reaper, I guess it would be the way to call them. I don't know. It's weird to talk about it in this context. I just kind of call them the Reapers. Anyways, yeah, I mean, you kind of got a bit of an idea. That's kind of the stuff we do. We deal with. We try to deal with.
So, is this right for helping them along? Is it just
It's just a specific commission. It's something that typically wealthier people or notable figures specifically request through the order, and it's just a more personalized funeral rite.
And it's something they do before they pass away, or are you killing them in this process?
No.
Thank God. I had what I wanted, but I was about to hear what Hunter wanted, and I was real worried. Let me tell you, I was a little worried.
No, usually by the time you get to them, it's they're right near their deathbed, and they have a known terminal pathology, or they've already passed, and they're just kind of holding the body until we arrive.
You know what? You have a pocket watch. And the Reapers can send you how much time they have left with the Reaper Vision, and that's how you know when to show up always at the right time to help them go to the next realm.
Yes. All right. Retcon. The Reapers have a way to know the exact time, so they give us a method to keep track of that.
Okay. Well, I didn't assume it was death, but just it's very unclear in a lot of the academic world, and that's been a hotly debated topic on is it killing them? Is it?
Now you see why I'm very hesitant to tell people I'm part of this order.
Yes, but also just any outward communication would make this to where it's not you said it yourself, you don't like people being terrified of death. Stuff communicating stuff like this really helps being able to not be afraid of that process and see it much better. But that's its own separate issue with a lot of different theologies with many of the gods, but that's...
I would like to point out, one of the Chosen is one of the greatest followers of the Raven Queen, and we still face these kinds of prejudices.
Yes.
I don't think you could get more communicative, although she wasn't the most personable of people, I'll be totally honest.
Hard cut. Miss Ralia, why should we? Are you stupid? Compilation. What is there not to get? You just take this. As there's a skeletal body shaking. Just it's simple science. Are you fucking dumb?
Asher's immediately jumping in his head to he's definitely heard stories of when the start of the Blackstone College's founding board meetings of her being no, you're just fucking stupid. This is how it works. And people being
Lots of
I disagree with the Herald.
Lots of people just utterly devastated by Ralia.
Tony Stark built it in a cave.
A big thing to understand with Ralia too is, as intelligent as she is, she's a gigantic airhead. So that's something Luke built into her. So there are things that are just, which is doubly maybe why they were compatible, Mosnell and Ralia, because then Ralia would continue to hit on Mosnell, and it would way over Mosnell's.
Oh my god,
she's
really good friends.
Yeah, real good friend. I have a special place for your soul when you die. Well, thanks. That's just That's just so thoughtful of you.
Guess I better not die now. Is Brian in the friend zone?
Yeah, okay.
Like that one time when she told Abel, it's like, 50-50 chance you get to go see your god when you die. He was like, what? What?
Just like a band-aid.
Zero bedside manners.
Absolutely.
None.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You are going to die now. It might suck. Don't know what to tell you.
Okay. That's wonderful. Very insightful. Still a little worried about, the cult thing. And interested to follow up on that at some point. But oh gods. Okay. Still, this is very fascinating to get to witness. This is very, very interesting. But just lock the process in one day.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I think I need to go collect my thoughts or eat. I don't know. Something. Because if I go do one other thing and I run into another person who's like, oh, I've run into a Valkyrie, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. Okay. Do you have somewhere to stay in the city? I'm assuming you do.
I was probably just gonna go back to Getty's homestead. I pretty recently got in here, so I hadn't really established a
Okay, well,
fix.
I trust you'll probably be able to find somewhere to stay then.
Yeah.
I think. Okay.
Probably.
Cool. Then I guess we'll just meet up tomorrow and see if there's development in the case. I'm just gonna have to draft up questions for you and that other one. You are both. Okay. Anyways.
Okay.
God damn, this is a fun group.
Go home.
All right.
Crazy.
Everybody goes to return home for the evenings. I won't troll Ash, so I'll let it go. And
Go for
we
it.
will go
Go
take
for
a
it.
break.
Come on, boss. Coward.
All right. All of you go to sleep.
Wait, there was one thing I want to do real quick before we take a long rest.
I didn't
Judy.
grant you a long rest yet, but okay.
Yeah, attempt to take a long rest.
Before we attempt.
Long rest.
Thank you.
Um,
Some fucking respect around here could go a long way. Sorry.
So Deer wants to look for, because he's got this emerald, so he wants to try to sell it. So he wants to
Sure.
look for the equivalent of like a Kay's jeweler or something,
Sure.
like not a Tiffany, but not a pawn shop, like kind of a
Sure.
middle tier.
Yep.
So he'll walk around. Before he goes in, he's gonna like take the emerald out of his pocket and he's gonna cast Distort Value on it, to make it appear worth double the amount.
Sure. Want to read me that spell?
Do you need to squeeze a few more gold pieces out of a merchant as you try to sell the weird octopus statue that you liberated from this Chaos Temple? Do you need to downplay the worth of some magical assets when the tax collector stops by? Distort Value has you covered. You cast a spell on an object no more than 1 foot on a side, doubling the object's perceived value by adding illusionary flourishes or polish to it, or reducing its perceived value by half with the help of illusionary scratches, dents, or other unsightly features. Anyone examining can assert its true value with a successful investigation check against my spell save DC.
Okay.
And then before he goes into, he's going to cast Disguise Self on himself to look like a dwarf, different clothes, that kind of stuff, just so that if there's any issues, he can get out of there without being recognized.
Sure.
Oh no, he's now using his powers for evil. This is too good. This is not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he goes in and he's gonna talk to the guy. Maybe it's someone they saw and is traveling. Maybe not in Clovis or whatever.
Or just a jeweler. And he's just like, wow, look at that shit you got there, kid. Wow, holy shit. Oh man, I'm gonna pay really well for this. What, 10? You have 10? Your DC?
15 is the DC.
No. My God, this is easily worth 100. I'll give you 200 gold pieces for this. My gosh. Gods have blessed me today. You must be one of the miners from Pink or something. What? Thanks for coming to my shop first. Jeez. Then the owner comes over. Hey, let me take a look at that. What are you doing paying double for something? I can't. Come here. Holy cow, look at that thing. Unbelievable. I got to show my sister. Come here. That's the prettiest damn emerald I ever did see. My God, our entire family's going to love selling this thing.
Oh no. Infinite money glitch.
Yeah, all right, you all can buy that shit. And he walks away.
Aw.
And you see them all. Here's your 200 gold pieces. Near, you're certain the last one absolutely saw through your spell, but did not care.
Nice.
This is the third time today. I can't correct them again. They don't listen to me.
As you leave the shop, you can hear, hey, wait a minute. That's looking a little... That ain't looking right. Oh, did you drop it? And they start arguing with one another.
On the bright side, it does last for 8 hours.
Oh.
So
that happens in 8 hours. There you go. All right.
I just wanted to get rid of that emerald that I was carrying around.
You got it. More gold pieces for you.
You got money.
All right. So what do you guys want
Attempt
to
to
do?
rest.
You want to just
Unless
hang
they
out?
were going to
We're
attempt to go
attempting to
sleep.
rest.
Everyone's attempting to rest in their abodes.
Yeah, I don't care what your characters are doing. You just, we don't see each other often. You guys just want to like hang out, play some video games or something.
I've been reading this crazy book series. You've probably never heard of it before.
What is it called?
That was awful.
Yeah, I think I hate that.
God damn it.
Oh! Let's go. It's so cool.
Or I, as you attempt to go to sleep. You sleep inside Getty's tavern.
Yes.
You're inside your tavern room just fine, tucked in and sleeping, though alert of your surroundings as best as possible, as you, sleep with one eye open. You awake to a thump on your chest as you feel your crossbow get slammed into your chest. As you begin to try and get up, you see the white-eyed stranger by your bedside, picks you up and throws you right through your window off the second floor, crashing down into the alleyway.
Oh.
As you begin to try and get to your feet, the mist completely folds in, and you see the cloaked stranger with their white eyes piercing through right now.
So that's all a day's work. Think you can tuck her in so soon?
What do you want from me?
Find out.
As you begin to, raise a defense or any type of weapon, it immediately gets knocked out of your hand and thrown off to the side. You turn to go grab it, and right next to your neck is a scythe blade as it leans in close to you.
You disgust me.
And with a flick, you feel your throat get cut, and you immediately wake up in the bed inside the tavern. Your bed is still where it is. The window is no longer trashed. Maybe a dream. But then you see outside the window there is a piece of paper that from the outside has been nailed through your window. And it just says
Oh, fuck.
10 days.
Clock begins.
Fuck, yeah, we got a clock now.
No. It's just a 10 days could mean anything. That's not a clock. There's no context. It's not do this by 10 days or 10 days.
10 days.
It's an invitation to brunch.
I'll go over to the window, I'll unstick the note, and I'll fold it up and put it into one of my coat pockets.
Ash.
Oh,
hi.
no.
Hi.
After this exciting day home, I'm gonna say you fell asleep with your books. You were researching things, your mind was set ablaze with all the things and excitement that went on in this day and these potential connections, and there's almost like a whole new world of opportunities possible for you. But is that something you want to pursue? Is this really for you? Is this a new chance at new adventures or something that's a distraction that threatens your safety? It's a lot to process, and as you drift off, sleeping and thinking about that, you smack your head onto your table as the book you fell asleep on gets smacked away from you, and you hit your head up, and your office is just all fog.
Oh, shit.
That's fine.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, fuck.
Left a pizza in the oven.
Yeah, so it's all fog. The
Yeah.
fog has rolled in.
Yep. Go away, Jason Bundo. You're a monster. The true monster. Fog rolling in as he comes through the big old smile on his face. Origin's robot up your ass.
Does he see any discernible source of the fog, or is it just the fog?
Just fog.
Okay, because hello?
No response. You hear your voice echo uncharacteristically in this office.
Gonna see if he can waddle over, not waddle, just kind of make his way over to the door and poke his head out.
As soon as you get up out of your chair and take a step, you begin falling. Just
Oh!
endlessly falling.
That's so fucked.
Into the void.
That's my nightmare.
You shout at the top of your lungs, echoing as it falls and falls, and just before you think you'll fall forever, you are caught by chains. As you are laying on all these different chains
Holy
side
shit.
to side, these seem suspended inside this, maybe like the pit Bane style type of pit, but still with all the fog everywhere. And as you try to get up from the chains, one comes over you and snaps into place. Another one comes over your chest and snaps into place. And then out of the smoke, it billows off as you see the white-eyed stranger come close to your face.
Boo.
As he says, boo, you just kind of give a weird stare as then your brain gets set on fire. As
Oh no.
you see the perspective of an individual inside a town. As the sky begins to go from light to dark. The sun is still out, but an eclipse forms. And the entire sky begins to darken from thousands and thousands of floating birds inside the sky. The ground begins to quake and tremble. A festival all around you. begins to get torn to pieces as horrible purple-dyed creatures begin to rip others apart. And before you even have a chance to respond, the maws of a large, white-looking dinosaur with beholder-like eyeballs all sewn into its neck
Oh, no.
clomps and splits you in half in that second. You wake up back in your office.
Oh no, what is this? What is this?
Like that.
Horrible.
Double
Near.
checking the office.
It's
Oh
normal.
boy, oh no.
Okay.
You can long rest. Everybody else can just long rest. It's fine now. We're done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run. I'll be right back. 1 second.
No, you can't come back if you leave.
Bye-bye.
Go. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Bye-bye.
What's that? Is that a narcissist exerting their control?
Nick, how did I know that was exactly what you were gonna fucking send me? God damn it.
That's my first thought every time I hear fog.
The visual is so funny.
I got-
in my head, though.
I got unprogrammed from zombies and programmed onto that instead.
Do you want to share with the class whatever the fuck you're
It's,
setting in DMs?
It's the Persona 4 theme, Who's There, because it plays every time the fog rolls into the town and somebody gets murdered.
Yeah.
Good meme. Good meme.
A question with that I've been meaning to ask, and I was gonna ask
Nope.
at some point. Okay.
What's up?
I'm assuming elves are still capable of sleeping on their own.
Yeah.
Like I know because technically I can't magically put to sleep, and it
Yeah.
says for a long rest I only have to do like the 4 hours of
Yeah,
whatever, but I
yeah.
can still sleep, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I just didn't know if
I
that was
could
gonna
get
be a
you.
homebrew.
I can get you in those 4 hours a day you need. I still got time.
I mean,
I
I'm
can
not
make it
going to
work.
try to say you can't get me. I like the plot doing stuff. It's just I'm trying to make sure I understand how
Yeah,
it
you're
is
good.
with the world versus mechanics.
For sure. One of the worst mechanics in all fucking D&D, that's for sure.
I'm sure some people
didn't
would be
fuck
like, well,
me.
actually,
One of the
Yeah.
only things
It's
we
just
have
bad.
is dream nonsense. And actually, I can't be put to magical sleep.
Yeah, it's like,
Fucking gave him that trait. You. What
I don't
else
know,
do
it's
elves have?
Better
Oh,
than
shit.
Warforged, where you just don't sleep ever. You're constantly awake
yeah,
and getting to sleep. Like,
yeah.
Trying to find nice music is pretty hard. Pretty hard. Everything is all tense, anxiety-inducing music. We gotta have something in here. What do you got? What do you got? What's a bard's theme? That sounds happy.
Really horrifically depressing.
I will be right
Sure.
back. Also, I'm sorry.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
There's the masculine urge to eventually run a character where they can have anything like that happen, where it's like, that's a little odd, and they go about their day and never think about it again. Weird how that one happens.
My dreams are weird. Anyway.
And yeah, anyway, never talk about that again.
Last night I had the strangest dream. My left hand was my right hand, and my right hand was my left hand. What'd you guys have?
I got a vision of the end times by an angry god and a terrible
Hunter go
creature.
to? Is this an invitation for everybody just to stop playing?
All right.
No.
No!
Wait a minute. No.
We wake up the next day inside Clovis. It's another wonderful day. Probably 3 days since you guys were abducted now. Well, day 2, rather. Day 2 since you've been abducted. 3 days since the festival. Well, the festival happened on one day, day 1. Then you guys experienced day 2, and this is now day 3 inside our game. So there you are. And I should probably keep a counter now
Days on
after
this
threatening
series
him for
paper.
10 days.
So, question: Is it
Yeah.
10 days with a space between 10 and days, or is it 10 days where it's multiple groupings of 10 days?
There's a space.
Okay.
But I am excited at that option in the future.
I'm happy you brought that to my attention.
We can have subscription service trauma. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yes.
We have to collect 10 members of the Day family. 10 days.
Kind of like Slender Man,
Felicia.
like a little more.
So I guess we're all, absent the other two players, meeting up at the tavern again. Do we just want to say that? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We just have happy bard music in the background.
Yep.
Happy
Owen is
bard.
definitely the first person there because he's on farm boy time still.
Mm.
Yep. Bright and early, you walk into Getty's Tavern, and you guys slowly come in one by one. However you would like to describe your sleepings and your mannerisms, you're more than welcome to.
Ash wakes up. Before he leaves his house, he spends 10 minutes ritually casting Alarm to warm up for the day. And mechanically, that means I have my Arcane Ward up for the whole
Okay.
day. Just something he does every morning. He wakes up and he warms up.
Sure.
Gets me my mechanic.
Mhm.
So he'll probably be second to get to the tavern after Owen, if I had to
Sure.
guess. Oh, Lord, you're here early.
Yeah, well, force of habit.
What do you mean by force of habit?
I mean, I grew up on a farm. Yeah.
Yeah,
You wake
that
up.
makes
You wake up with the sun. You work until the sun's gone, and then rinse and repeat.
I see.
Derek is the third to arrive.
Mm-hmm.
And you see he's got a rolled up piece of paper in his possession, and he goes, "Good morning, Ash. Good morning, Owen.
Morning.
I'm surprised we're here before the individuals staying at this establishment, but perhaps they decided to sleep in."
I guess so.
The barmaid
Again,
comes over and drops some drinks down for you guys for your orders. You see she's got a smile on her, and she's like, 3 days? Not bad. Not bad. Well, 2 days for her would be.
I was about to say 3.
Yep. She's in the
He's
whole
been watching
time.
us the whole time.
She's
Between
the
you and
leader of
me.
the cult. We fought her.
Derek will lean into the waitress, and he goes, "Between you and me, what's the average time these groups break up?"
Normally goes 24 hours, 7 days, 1 month. And then we normally never see the rest of them again. So if you
Okay.
get past the 1 month, you're good. Most die in dungeons. Or in the wilds. Or horribly of starvation or their own fault and attrition.
That's awful.
Anyway,
Well-
enjoy your breakfast. As she walks away.
Okay.
So, yeah, obviously the other drone here, but Neo is definitely the last one.
Yeah.
Like, it's like 10:30. You guys maybe show up at like 8, and you're there for a couple hours. And Neo's like, comes down, is like rubbing his eyes. He's still disheveled.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh man, they got up early today. Good to see you guys.
Pulls
What
out
are you
his
guys
pocket
doing
watch.
here so early?
It's 10 a.m. It's we've all been here for like 2 hours.
Oh, well, breakfast normally stops at 10:30, so I come down, come down at 10 to get breakfast. So I figured you guys would be here 10:30.
Nope.
Have you considered that other people operate on their own schedules outside of yours?
Yeah, of course. We never established a set time. We just said for breakfast. So
I mean, you know what? That's right. I can't fault you for that. But also, maybe you should have been a little bit more proactive and checked earlier.
I was asleep.
I was gonna say you set an alarm, but then Eyes John realized this is Fantasyland, baby. They don't got an alarm clock.
There's lots of ways they use
You
alarms.
can definitely artifice together an alarm clock.
People have
There's no
tons of
way.
alarms in this world. Oh my god. They don't have them like we do. They're not setting their iPhones, but
Yeah, they're doing the burning candle.
they have their burning candles, their oh goodness.
Hourglass.
Clocks.
No, well, clocks of course exist, but oh my god. Captured kobolds that they forced to wake them up in the morning. That's what I was looking for.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, holy
God,
shit.
yeah, no, the enslavement of kobolds for alarms is definitely a problem. But it is a thing.
Okay. Anyways, regardless, I believe most of us are here. All of us will be here whenever Hunter's back. We're gonna pretend Aura is here, I guess.
Yeah,
He's just quiet.
Yeah, another one of those. They're still waking up.
10,000 yard scare.
Before we go anywhere, does anybody want a potion of healing? I have one extra and give it to you at cost.
At
No?
cost?
25 gold pieces. It's the friends and family discount. Normally
You
I
can do
sell,
20,
it cost me 25 gold pieces to make.
but we got our
I'm not-
licenses together. You could give me more of a discount.
You two are acquaintances at best. Pay him the money if you want it.
I'll sell it to the people from the upheaval for 30. I'm losing money by even offering. So
How about 21?
okay, that's it. You're not getting it.
Yeah. Good job.
Anybody else like it? If not, I will ration it to somebody else.
I'm fine. I don't believe I need one.
And
I mean,
he'll put it back in his pocket.
I only have 20, so.
Or Brokey.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I accept IOUs, especially from someone that I will be spending at least a day with.
Okay. Can I owe you 5 gold then? Or did you say 25?
25, yeah.
Yeah.
So mechanically, each day he will have one for 25 gold. So just so everyone knows that it's just the cost and that's like, in his room he's just brewing them constantly and so selling them to the upheaval for 5 gold profit. So if nobody wants any, it's just kind of passive income.
When you give him the 20 gold, Derek just gives over the other 5.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm not going to add it to mine because it would just literally go into making the next one. So you just remove it and that's all.
Okay.
You're good with that crossbow. We need you around.
Okay.
Speaking of, how did your venture to the Faith District go?
Productive.
It went.
Good. Good.
Yeah, I got the answers mostly that I needed, so I know.
We got
where I
Owen, Nira, and Titus set up with their bounty hunting licenses, although Titus did make it a little bit of a struggle. And I have a potential lead in the case.
Good.
Theric will take out the piece of paper he has and roll it out. It's the bounty for saving the cows from the dragon and potentially killing the dragon.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not confident in my dragon slaying abilities at this moment, but as Theric taps the name of Charlemagne Stark on the contract, I am interested in getting an audience with him.
Do you intend to get an audience and ask him point blank if he finances a cult?
No, but beat around the bush, ask a few questions. Titus is, a bit sneaky.
So you're planning to sneak in, break into his house and steal stuff from him?
Just look for any evidence.
It's not stealing if you don't take anything. That's the difference.
Precisely.
Breaking and entering is different. Like that's
Not if you don't take anything. And it's just entering. That's not illegal.
You haven't stolen enough stuff in your lifetime to know true steal, true theft.
What
Please
does that
don't-
mean?
I was about to say, please don't challenge him on stealing things. It seems like a fool's errand.
So we're not gonna go and look for the previous bounty you have? You're just gonna give up on that one?
Oh no, I would love. I want to do that. I have a personal stake in that. It's just we're all unified by this kidnapping incident, so I thought that's what would interest everybody.
Apparently, the entire group doesn't give a shit. They're down for anything. I mean, your narrative
Alright, so we're
trying to
going-
tie it all together. They're just like, whatever, man. We're just
We're
here to
going
do
the
whatever.
Dark Desert
There's
right
a
now.
list of plot hooks, and we're in. Every one of them, no questions asked. Don't care. I'm in. You son of a bitch, I'm in. I'm in. Stop asking me things and let's go in. Sorry.
What's
Kitty,
the
what are you doing?
goal? What's your goal with the? Like Ash kind of skims over the bounty. Are you just trying to get these cows back? Do you want us to deal with the dragon? What's your goal here?
Well, first is to discuss the issue with Charlemagne Stark and use it as an opportunity to see if there's any evidence of him being tied to this kidnapping cult, or if that portrait was just coincidence.
And how do you tend to beat around that bush?
Having Titus sneak around his house and look for evidence.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You want us to go talk to him about his cow problem so that we can give Titus an opportunity to sneak around this very a established noble's house and maybe find implicating details of him with the cult. Do I get that right?
Yes.
That sounds great.
I love you, Drew.
It might be easier to hang out in his house if we have some more goodwill.
This is true. We could always do the bounty first and then
Do a few bounties for him and then make friends with him.
I think we want to even have any other bounties he has up, because I don't think your one with the old clerical person is tied to him.
not necessarily in the bounty hunters hall, but I'm sure he has plenty of work in the general guild hall looking for anything.
Whatever. If you want to go talk to him, let's do it.
This is what working a case looks like, Ash. I don't know what to tell you.
I just think it's one thing to go talk to this noble and trying to beat around the bush. It's another to use it as an active attempt to have someone else possibly break the law and then get us all arrested.
Ooh, dangerous. Second round of drinks comes down. She walks away.
Ash visibly like, okay. But
I like
sure,
the idea
You
that-
also don't have to do that. You don't. We can. If you all don't agree with this methodology, we can come together and brainstorm a different one.
I love the idea that that wasn't even like she overheard us. That's just part of the script.
Yeah.
He says that to every table on this side.
Every single second round.
I like that
Ooh,
too. That she
dangerous.
just has a little bit of line she says, and she's just so over this job.
Rotates 5 different phrases every time
Yep.
she comes back around.
Wow, cool sword.
Just dead.
I mean, if you want to, we can give it a shot. I just think this is, no offense, I'm sure your skills are excellent, a great way to make the problem worse on our end. Because, I mean, it's a lot easier for random people in the bureaucracy to avert their eyes and get around the different rules and regulations. It's a lot more different for an actual noble in a position of somewhat power to just be like, hey, I'll ignore that.
Do you have any other proposals?
I was content with just waiting to see how the case progresses on the official side, but if you want to go ask him, sure.
I just find myself skeptical that we'll see any meaningful progress soon.
I mean, if you want meaningful progress, we could gamble on that scroll. We can see where it goes.
If you're all out of options, there's always a scroll plane shift. Your DM can only do so much here.
Yep,
I gave you like
yep.
9 plot hooks and a plane
Yeah.
of scroll shift.
We're figuring it out.
Do you want us to scroll the plane shift? Is that what I'm hearing?
You can do whatever you want. It is the world's your oyster,
Sorry.
but I'm
Our oyster.
a
I
little
would-
stunned by everybody being like, don't know what to do. Too many choices. How about we go find a new thing to do? Another new thing?
I mean,
Besides, I was hoping to do the Harridan bounty first.
Yes, if you want to do the Harridan bounty, then let's just go do that. I'll just be around. I can serve as a city guide. If you want to go do the one with, I don't remember the noble's name is John.
Eli?
No,
I'm just going to feign
Harridan.
ignorance.
Eli
If
Harridan,
anything
yeah.
happens, feigning ignorance, throwing you under the bus. I'll be brutally honest here. But your call. Which of those two?
I would personally say go after your current bounty first, because you said that he's kind of hard to find and you have information on him.
Good points.
Where'd you say he was?
Wonderful. Then let's
He
go
was
visit.
in the Whitewoods Inn in the Waste District.
Okay,
All right,
would you
let's
like
get moving.
Let's go.
like to take us to there? I think you might know the city the best. You know, being able to. Mostly just trying to put John into this.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, no, I mean he's sticking around. He's the city guide for this. He's sitting around.
I'm changing the music.
Fine.
You're fighting Orlith now.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
No, you're not.
All right, who's getting disintegrated?
Everyone pull straws.
Everyone full straw. Someone's getting disintegrated.
That's
How did Shalmir pull the shortest straw again? We can't permanently kill him a third time.
There's a first time for everything, and that first time is the third time. Kill him again.
Yeah, do it again. The other two were semi-permanent. This one you will never come back from. Let's go.
Until it needs to happen.
No,
Again. The cycle continues.
No, it's the whole point of Skybreaker is it's not again. It's forever.
Nope. As long as you're not a creator god or fire gem.
Fucking
No.
Argem, man.
Surely that would never happen to Pargem. Pargem's gone. He's not back.
Chill, dude. I don't know why they skybreakered him.
Yeah, I don't know why they got rid of him.
Hey, by the way, do any of you guys know anything about this Taru guy?
No.
I can tell you all about him.
Sure, we'll go to this.
That's a top 10. That's a top 5 Zenya moment.
That is not
That
fine.
whole conversation, that was fantastic.
What was that? What part?
The
The-
Argem Taru.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah.
That was funny.
I've considered making a meme of it where it's just like I censor every mention of Pargem or every like allusion towards him.
Mhm.
So it's just you going, it's beep, it's fucking beep. Isn't that interesting?
Oh boy, I'm
But
such
no, none of the players wanted to do it because it was beep. Okay, so
sounds
Ash,
like quite
lead
the
them.
creative. I bet that guy's difficult to work with.
Ash will lead
I'm
them
sure he
to
takes
wherever this
direction
place
real
is.
well from people that don't back up their ideas with logic and reason.
To the Whitewoods Inn.
Anyway,
Okay,
to the
Ash,
Whitewoods Inn inside the
direct
Waste
people.
Districts. As you guys go into the Waste Districts, you can see the player is this district is rather far more disheveled than the other districts. You can see most of the architecture has not been improved on as the ages have gone on. There is a smell and a stench to the area that is not quite repulsive, but it's not clean. And it is a life that these people have endured, for this is their livelihoods. And they do their best to take all the waste of the city and either repurpose it, process it. Oh, all right, no, I guess I don't have to sneeze now. That just keeps happening. Cool, I love my body. And try and keep the rest of the city clean and alluring to new visitors and traders and so forth. As you guys find yourself in this tavern, it is quite the dive of a tavern. It is rough on the insides. That is packed inside here, slammed with hard blue-collared workers of all sizes and races. The individuals, many of them still covered in either their dirt, grime, coal, what you have it, for that day. These are hard laborers. These are people that are here to relax and they don't want to deal with BS. You guys are sorely stick out. You are a out of water group walking in here.
into a bar that is frequented by not your type of people. And by type, I mean cleanliness. And by cleanliness, I mean, like, how do you even afford to have something clean in this place and day and age? You get a variety of rough looks as you guys enter into the bar. It has 3 stories to it. You feel the absolute humidity in here from all the talking. All the windows are open. The place is absolutely just suffocating, claustrophobic in its feel to you all. What do you want to do?
I feel like Owen
Neil
actually
wants to
fits
wrap
in a
up.
little bit.
What's
Sorry. I was just saying, I feel like Owen actually kind of fits in. Like, these are his people.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're spot on. That would be fine. You're used to these people growing up and working in the fields. So you very much are used to this and feel a comfort zone here versus just about anybody else. I know Ash would be the farthest end of the spectrum, where Owen would be the most comfortable. Ash would be like, how I can't communicate with these behemoths, these individuals. How do I?
I don't know if it's that belittling.
No. It's not like they're just like. I think it's more like the self-conscious of just like,
I don't fit in.
How can I communicate with them properly? I know how important it is to these peoples and their cultures. It's the complete and utter overanalysis, overthinking, the anthropologist approach to people that are just like, shut up and shut up. How about that? How does that grab you? Stop talking and psychoanalyzing us and just sit down.
I'm
Don't
just
you
gonna
have questions? No. Right. That is the type of
Noted.
things to expect.
Theric is going to just scan the faces of the people in here and see if anybody matches the visual description of Eli Harridan.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Eli Harridan, the bounty you're looking for, the person that's very difficult to track and find, is not hanging out in broad daylight in this town.
That's fair. That's fair.
Are we aware of like what his crime was or what the bounty is for? Like,
Did I tell you?
the murder or
I feel like I did. It was
He was
political,
the
right?
tyrant. He was
Yeah,
the
he
Yeah, he was
the
the
tyrant.
collaborator with the previous regime.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the minister to the old tyrant king? That's what they're
Yeah.
looking for.
Yeah.
And I guess and this is something I will probably. I'm just curious, like, are some districts more like apathetic to kind of the different changes in political structure? Like, would the Waste District not care, or maybe even be like more sympathetic to the old king? Or just trying to figure out what the general vibe is.
Yeah.
Um,
I would say your group definitely would have the vibes of it doesn't matter who's in charge. These people are not going to go, they don't have aspirations far above their lives because it's been beat out of them for generations. These are people that do what they do, they get by, they enjoy their lives as best as possible, and that's the end of the road for them. Those that have aspirations to do more leave this place most of the time. The ideas that don't die here very rarely go for large pieces of innovation unless it's some way to make the job more efficient for what they do really well, which is waste management. On various different levels. It's because of them that there are active plumbing systems inside this city that is a miracle in its own sense and a mechanical achievement. These people, too, though, are not stupid in that sense because there are artificers that work among these individuals. It is a, certain type of person that really just, it's hard work, and you're going to get everybody on the spectrum in here from all leanings. But the majority people, they don't care. Don't bother me. It's a very New York type of approach. New York City, just like, I don't care that guy's having a freak out moment on the
Subway?
Thank you. On the subway, I am going to work, and it's not my problem. That is very much the waste district. It's like we have things, if we stop, then the waste builds up, and then we have real issues. So it's a job that can never stop.
Okay, so Nia wants to kind of, as we walk in, he's going to scout for, the tavern owner or someone that's kind of running the tavern rather than kind of the workers around.
Yeah.
Kind of go up to them and be like, excuse me, I'm hoping that you might be able to help my friends. We're looking for a friend of ours that was last seen around here, and we're just trying to connect with him and see see what's up and if he's okay and stuff. That's something you would be able to help with?
Uh, maybe, but we typically don't like, reporting or surveilling around here. We very much enjoy the fact that my patrons can just come in and forget about things for a while. Sure, I'll keep an eye out for anybody that might be trouble, but if you're looking to check up on a friend, then, give me a description. I can try and tell you if we've seen him or not, but I'm not keeping tabs on any of my patrons. I know the City Watch likes to come through and try and see if any of them are lawbreakers or what have you. That's not my job here. My job is not to adjudicate. It's to serve hard workers good drink and respite.
Yeah, absolutely. That's, I don't like the town guard any more than you do. We're just kind of, we're going around, around here. I know he was last seen like around here. So we're stopping in at all the different shops and stuff and asking, the same questions. And then he'll describe the description of the person and be like, we'll be around. We're checking around the Waste District for anybody who might have seen him. His name's Eli. And just trying to, anything you can do can help us. And we don't mind kind of staying if you need some time, we'll be here. We can, order some drinks or whatever.
Sure. Go ahead and give me an insight check.
21. Wait. Yes, 18. 21.
Damn. Pretty good. Dun, dun, dun.
Damn right, John.
I think
Damn
there is a
right.
fellow that might have matched that description not too long ago. I think he checked out maybe yesterday, the day before, was in quite the hurry. He was looking to catch a carriage out of town, I believe, not too long ago. What was the Freyers? The Freyers. They work in a bunch of transportation. You can probably find them not 2 blocks down. You might be able to find more information about this individual.
Perfect. Yeah, no. Thank you so much. We're hoping to just see him again. So, I appreciate your help, and he'll kind of, tip him like a gold piece for, his. Thank you so much for helping us and giving any information is good.
No problem. Didn't catch your name.
My name's Near.
Near, nice to meet you. He shakes your hand. Nico.
Nico, good to meet you as well. Maybe we'll come back and have a drink when we catch up. So, thank you again.
Absolutely. Take care now.
And then he'll kind of lead, be like, and I don't know if the group's right there, but he'll be like, yeah, they might be down, they might have some information. We see if we can find him, and then kind of lead towards the fair.
Good work. Yeah, that was tremendous. It's useful to have someone who's actually good at talking to other people.
Yeah, as we kind of get outside and start walking that way,
Yeah.
pull everybody off to the side, just outside down an alley, something like that, like away from where if someone wants to listen, they have to be a little bit more noticeable.
Have to work
Sure.
for it, yeah.
Sure.
And just will be like, there's something. As soon as I mentioned his name, he kind of tensed up, and don't think he was fully truthful when he said that that person left. That obviously conflicts with our information that we received, but also, I think it might have been trying to start us on a wild goose chase. So, what we might want to do is keep an eye on the bartender and any entrances and exits out of here. See if he tries to notify person, notify Eli that someone's looking for him. And be like, I can disguise myself and I can go back in, and kind of hang out inside if you guys want to keep watch outside. I can, and we'll be able to communicate, and he kind of he'll summon Cecil to stay with you guys, so that way he can communicate through Cecil.
You're a natural at this, Nier.
I can stay with you if you don't want to be off on your own. We probably shouldn't be.
I worry that he's seen us all together, and I'm not going to look like myself, and he'll cast disguise self and kind of dirty up his clothes, be a different race. That kind
I'm going to take my mask, stow it in my pack, and take like the outer layer of my clothing off, the like robe like stuff.
And you look entirely different.
Like the undergarments is more like akin to what my leather armor is and all that. I wear that underneath the like kind of like the gowny, the roby type stuff.
Neil kind of look you up and down.
I would look 100% like you. That would not be what you've been seeing.
He'll be like, well, almost perfect. And he'll take some dirt and just start like rubbing it on like your knees and like on your shoulders and stuff, just to, again, everybody is seemingly dirty here, and to be like, you're going to be clean under your robes. So like, I think that's perfect.
Hunter, without the mask, what race is Arai again? Or what did it look like without the mask?
A blue-skinned humanoid.
Okay, cool.
With a light,
mohawk,
with like a pink mohawk
right.
that kind of waves. Even without a breeze, it kind of waves a little bit.
Interesting. Okay, just making sure.
Damn, he fly.
Yeah. And you said this is a 3-story tall building, Reed, or did I make that up and I'm insane?
Correct. You're listening.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I said pink. I meant more of like a light purplish.
We could do a stakeout tonight then. In case
I think we should do now. I think if he's inside, he's going to go up to his room and warn him. I think we should kind of stay around this building, keep an eye on the back, the front, the sides. We have enough people that we can kind of hang around, and like if we see anything, we can kind of communicate.
Split off into pairs then. Arai and Nia on the inside. Titus and I will look for and watch a back entrance, and then Ash and Owen can watch the front entrance.
Well, since you can disguise yourself as someone else, could he do it? I mean, that's probably got a reek of magic, right?
That's a good point.
Yeah, that is a good point. I can. That you are a genius. We'll keep an eye out for that when we're inside as well. If you see anybody seemingly kind of in more of a hurry, looking over their shoulder, anything like that, even if they don't look like our description, keep an eye.
All right, gentlemen, let's get to work.
Yeah, Nier and Oi will go back inside, and then try to find open stools and just try to blend in, shoot the shit. Neil try to talk a little bit more, just because that's what he's good at, is kind of matching the vibe that he's seeing.
Performance check.
And also,
So just make sure I'm understanding. It's Owen and Ash outside.
Yep.
Where are we?
At, like, the
positioned?
front
Yeah,
door.
Owen and Ash watching
You
the
two
front
watch
door.
the front. Me and
Okay.
Theric watching the back, or Titus and Theric watching the back.
And then
Before?
Orai and Nier on the inside.
Yes.
Real quick, are there any other doors?
No, that's saying. Should we do a
Are there
double check
side
around the
doors?
building? Yeah, should we walk around the building and get a lay of the
Let's
building?
Do we
investigate
make a
the
perception
building.
check on the building?
I think it'd be investigation.
It'd be investigation, but you can also look at the building too. Investigation.
Yeah,
can
just
up
to
and
see
touch
if there are
it.
any like quick exits, whether it's windows, ladders,
Sure.
stuff like that.
Sure.
Gotcha.
I'll guide Titus for that, so you can add a D4.
Before Drew calls his number,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, in this conversation, can I try to assist his role? I'm gonna be kind of loudly discussing getting a contract about a rumor for undead in the Waste District, and trying to see if I can spark somebody else to come add their intake in their input to my conversation.
Sure.
I did mean to ask that earlier. It was the Waste District you were told about that Ash
Yeah.
was present for, right? Okay, I was
Yes.
making
The
sure.
convergence of the plot points.
We got a 9.
Making sure our threads are. Oh,
The exits and exits that you got, the entrances and exits that you guys have located and seen before hold true. There do not appear to be any secret locations in your investigation.
so things that Neo wants to do when he's inside, he wants to look for that same bartender, whatever. See if he's still around, if he's continuing his day as normal, or if he seems to, like, I assume we were gone, a 30 seconds or whatever that it took for us to talk about it before we went back inside. So if he seemingly disappeared after we left, then maybe that's kind of a suspicious. And then position ourselves at our stools kind of facing each other, one maybe Oi watching the front door and Neo kind of positioned to watch the rest of the area, so that we kind of have a good vantage point without being seen. And then he also wants to cast Detect Magic, looking for what Owen said, looking for kind of any ores that's around a entire person. That seems like there's
Illusion magic.
illusion. Yeah, that's yep.
Okay. So
And
yeah, what was your performance check?
23.
A lot going on. First off, the tavern owner, Nico, is not here when you come back. But as you are staking out, you hear him up top dragging a very drunk patron down a couple flights and then throws him out as this patron was causing issues. And he kicks his ass out there. That patron doesn't have any illusionary magic on them. Does not look like Eli from the descriptions that you've been given. And throughout this tavern, there doesn't seem to be anybody with any illusionary magic on, save maybe what you would be able to see on this floor, one individual way in the back. There's a singular person that has illusionary aura on them, and they are hiding in one of the back booths inside the first level of this area. As you were drawing out conversation, Ori and Nier, one of which people come over and be like, "Oh, you haven't heard about it, dude?" So there was definitely a break-in from the upheaval, and we had a whole bunch of Underdark creatures coming up in our business down in our one of the sewer line districts, or sewer line areas that we work in. So it was a mess. They called in some of the slayers. They did their job, and it's great. But they took some of our guys, and now we're starting to see our guys still doing work down there. And it's got to be undead, right? They got to be come back from life. They're not just doing it on their own goodwill. I knew one of them, and he was a son of a bitch that didn't want to owe nothing to the crown. He's not going to be working for free now. So that is some of the craziness that we've been hearing going on down there. But no one's seen anything. But I imagine you keep digging, you keep going down those holes, you're going to find something undead, unholy, or in between.
That's so strange. Why would somebody reanimate a person bring somebody back just to have them go back to work. That's very odd.
Between you and me, I think someone's trying to install capitalism. Sorry, I'll stop. I ain't gonna go that route.
The first foreshadowing of the true villain of the series.
Yeah, there we go.
Brennan Lee Mulligan, is that you? Is this your
Last
campaign
game,
again?
Last game, our final antagonist was supposed to be Bertolt, Keeper of the Flame of Chaos. Now it's going to be Bertolt, the Harbinger of Capitalism.
Boss is the invisible hand.
It's the great chain from Bioshock.
Damn,
Oh,
Ryan,
yeah.
you got some fucking zingers tonight. D20 inspiration for you.
Ooh.
That's 2 bangers in a row tonight. That's some inspiration.
Outside, Ash and Owen are... I'm assuming we're outside the door,
Yeah,
right? We're not
you can do
in
whatever
the,
you want.
in the bar.
Yeah.
Is this your first stakeout, or do you do this often?
This would be my first.
Cool, we're in the same boat.
Right.
Do you think I'll still be looking? Obviously. Do you think you can buy me 10 minutes? And by buy me 10 minutes, I mean tell me if anything I miss.
Yep, I can
Cool.
do that.
He's gonna ritually cast detect magic outside, just that he also can see if anything visually happens while we're out here. It's just like
Sure.
that's
could-
weird.
Faint bits of magic all around. Very faint, but some of it's close to the surface, so you can perceive. There's artifice in many of the piping and many of the waste workings of the waste district. So you get a sense that there is very subtle magic interweaved all throughout the district. This is something that your character would know about, and is something that is similar to good special effects are the ones you don't notice. Instead of the big monster in front of you, it's actually the subtle sky replacements or shadows being in the right locations, stuff like that. It's very much how magic operates in the waste district here inside Clovis. Otherwise, nothing magical jumps out to you while you ritual cast that.
Yeah, he'll just have it up for the next while, just in case anything
Yeah.
does happen that'll catch his attention.
Sure.
You definitely notice Owen at some points he's like having to basically kind of like quickly scribble out these like runes to make it work, and he'll scribble out like a couple, and he stops and stares at it. He erases like a couple of them, starts again because he's like, no, wait, this is the wrong one. Hang on, I got this, I swear. But yeah, I'll be doing that.
Owen
That's
has
what
no idea what's
inspired
happening.
me.
He's just glad to be there.
Yeah, you and me both, bud. You and me both.
Moral support, baby. We love to have it.
As we're inside, kind of as obviously people talk about the thing, but as people start to leave, he'll mention, I like kind of illusionary magic in the corner, and try not to be too subtle, or he'll try to be subtle about it, and don't immediately turn around, don't look now, but that kind of idea. And it seems to be over the entire person, his face and stuff. It's not just on a finger.
Yep.
And then is Ash within 30 feet of Nier? I don't know how big the building is, so
Big.
no, okay. So then he will he'll talk with Cecil and be like, find Ash, and tell him, person, illusion, dispel magic. He's trying to be very simple, straight to the point, have the homunculus not, mess up words.
Hey.
Yes,
Hey.
yes. Hey, hi.
Illusion. Dispel magic. Yeah.
Inside?
Did you say that, Drew? I forgot.
I didn't say inside, but if he says that and he asks, he goes
Yeah.
inside. Yes.
Yeah. And you see there's almost
Okay.
like a payment. He's like, all right, pay Cecil.
No. What?
Smash your leg.
Just want some food. I don't know if you have any rations, but it's always best to keep food in your pocket.
Really don't. He'll just take out a little piece of paper,
Yeah.
just a random piece of paper he has on him, give it to him.
Yep. You give it to Cecil?
Yeah. You want a piece of paper? I guess.
Absolutely satiated.
Oh,
You
yeah.
did exactly what he was looking for.
Okay.
Didn't really matter what it was, unless it was money. He would not have been happy with that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So yeah, I don't. Near's not going to move and he'll kind of talk, but he's going to keep an eye on that person, but still keeping an eye around for everybody else. But if that person gets up and starts to go up the stairs or something, he might try to follow.
Yeah.
Do
The
we
person does
see
not leave
anybody
that
coming
booth.
out of the doors?
They seem happy. They're eating their food and sipping on their ales, and time just flows. Easily, hours can go by in here without anything extremely notable doing, unless you guys do have some sort of import or action.
I don't think so, because I don't think I have any long-lasting spells prepared.
Really.
Mm-hmm. There's music playing inside the bar. The humidity itself is, the smell starts to fade now that you guys adjust to being inside here. You see quite the happiness of the individuals, and as the night goes on, it actually seems like more people, or it stays about the same capacity, because there seems to be a 24-hour shift constantly going in this area.
So what Nier's going to do, yeah, this will be a fun thing. So he's going to kind of look at the person.
Yeah.
And he can do limited telepathy. So he can't do words or anything. He can just transmit like simple ideas and concepts.
Okay.
And he's just gonna like kind of do a quick like maybe the idea of like a bounty with his name on it, with Eli Harridan's name on it, and just see how he reacts to like. I don't know. I don't think he'll know where it's coming from because in a busy tavern. It's just in his head, kind of this pops up with like, oh, they're looking for me, and trying to get him to move or act or seem confused if he looks confused or worried about it.
Sure. You see the humanoid-looking individual. There's like a little bit of a stun, a look around, a sniff under his armpit, continues drinking his ale, sipping on it.
He doesn't seem to be concerned or anything. Just
befuddled, confused, a little worried. You can see there's a little tension that has come in the face.
I just love the image of the bounty poster appearing in his head like Akira.
Yeah.
I haven't turned at this point. I'm just using my periphery to keep an eye on whatever exit I'm.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do?
There's like 2 other floors to this tavern, by the way, guys.
It's just weird that I'm keeping an eye out for illusionary magic and people that as people are funneling in out, it's not like he's fully focused on this one person.
Sure.
He's watching people come down the stairs. He's he's just it
you can
piqued
hear
his interest.
cheering and revelry from the 3rd floor. Something's going up there. People on the 2nd floor. That's where the band is playing and all the music is radiating out from. You see bartenders, barmaidens, waiters, waitresses constantly running in and out of the kitchen. Nico is doing the tasks of the upkeep of the tavern, speaking to angry patrons, settling things, or kicking people out. All the stuff of a normal bar is going on. Shady figures come in and out as time goes on. You can see minor gambling debts being paid, or other individuals that are being extorted one way or another. They come through. You see shady characters from all sorts of walks of life in here. Nothing that's jumping out to the Eli Manning bounty down through the Burris. Sorry.
I mean, Eli Manning's the GOAT. 2-0 against Brady in the Super Bowl. Like,
Harrington. Eli Harrington.
While this is happening,
with this the illusionary person does not move. Like they stay in their alcove
Booth.
just fine.
Is there anybody else with them, or is it
No,
like an
no
empty
one's
table
there.
around?
They just keep ordering more ale over time, but they're not really finishing the previous one, just sipping.
Does it look like
Oh.
there is a flow to the upstairs, like the bathroom, like the restrooms are upstairs, not on this floor?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say under my breath to Near, maybe take a look upstairs. I'll turn so that I can keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, and he'll act like, oh, that's good. Yeah, I'll check out the band and stuff. So he'll then kind of
And I'll kind of
feel
like turn myself towards the bar, so now that I'll have whatever that booth is in my own field of vision.
Sure. You go upstairs and you can see entire floor. There's games up here that are happening as well, as people are betting on these outcomes of the games, getting drunk off their mind, getting slapped in the face, arm wrestling contest, Macho Man bullshit up the wazoo in some places, but it's all has its own rhythm to it, its own sort of order in this chaotic world. As you do see an individual Nah, never mind. Nah, not on this floor. Nah.
Is there anything while Theric and Titus are like watching the back? Is there anything happening in the windows? Anything suspicious that we see?
No.
We scan them from time to time. No.
Can we get a
Nothing's
good
really
view through the
happening.
windows?
You guys are just staring at the back, and occasionally, like, a guy comes out to put some of the garbage out back. One of the workers. And
Stakeouts are so fun.
he starts taking a smoke, just sort of sitting there.
But do we get a clear view through the windows, though?
No, they're fogged up. Remember the humidity.
Okay,
This place
yeah,
is
that's
just,
what I thought. I was just double
it's like-
checking.
Yeah. What you guys do see, though, is a fog appear around you, too. Now that you're alone.
Oh,
Not the whistle! Not the whistle!
No, you guys are just basically bored off your mind getting some of the most boring
We're playing chopsticks.
detail.
Neil will work his way up to the third floor as well, and
Okay.
just to see what the commotion is there. He's checking each floor at this point now that
All right. So on the third floor is where you notice there is a massive betting ring going on right now. And there's a competition of individuals in an arm wrestling contest. And everybody is losing their fucking minds. And someone loses, and you see this massively built individual just, what in the fuck? You cheat! And they're like, you lost like the rest, sit down! As they're dragging him out. And as you peek to see who has won, you can see a elf-looking individual with purple eyes and tattoos all over her body, just sort of waving her hands excitedly as everybody else
Rudy
is
Gobert.
cheering on. She's in a tank top and has the trousers on, boots up, covered in mud from the field she was working in that day. And you see her holding up a knife in one hand, and she has another one balanced in her teeth, looking for who's next, as she has a hat out with more gold coins going in to see who can challenge her next. And another guy comes up and puts his arm down. They begin starting this wrestling contest. The cheers happen, jeering toward the individual that lost. As he's just like, you try it then! It's stronger than she looks! It's gotta be all the fucking madness in her face! Bullshit! They're cheaters! And once again, you see she is smiling as the guy's putting everything in, and there's a little face of like, oh no! And down he goes. Cheers explode again. That's what's happening up there on that level.
Is any magic emanating from her? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Is the color purple coming off of her, Reed? Yeah.
It's like he's either gonna say one word or he's gonna be like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah. I'm
Don't
gonna
ever,
kill you. How about
don't ever
that?
say it to me
How about
again.
I mean, Reed, you should be proud that as a DM, we're scared at a color. Like
weird.
that's talent.
I'm not scared.
Yeah, if he doesn't see anything other than what looks like the norm kind of here, again, he's not here to do that. Obviously, he's not going to challenge a person.
Yeah.
So kind of make his way downstairs. And as he gets
Before you
downstairs,
get back downstairs, Ori, you see someone finally sit down to this illusionary individual. You can see the person is kind of like sweaty, pale skin, human, little on the larger side, so he has trouble squeezing in, and he's trying to be smooth and completely fucks it up, and he's just like, and he gets over, and you see the individual is sipping the beers, offer one of the unsipped beers, and the guy's just like, I don't want these, like, just gestures, and the guy then sips the beer a little bit. The two of them begin talking.
I will just note that, but not make any indication.
Just how many stakeouts have we done together?
Too many.
Is this the
You're
most
so
boring
boring.
one? Is this the most boring one, though?
I don't know. You're not the most talkative person.
Well,
There's a few. There's a few.
I'm paying attention. You have to have your eyes on the prize. Distraction can mean losing the target.
What's that over there? Does he fall for it? Can I make a persuasion to see if he falls for that?
Wisdom saving throw.
Fuck that one!
I just smack your hand out of the air.
Of course, that's the nat one.
Ash out front. Okay, so like, are they normally this boring? I guess you wouldn't know. This is your first one too, right? You're muted. We can't hear you.
Yep, first one. Not a
Okay.
not a great start.
Maybe we should check in with them. And I think I have one that can do something. He flips with the book for a second. Kind of pulls his hands apart, and there's like this one green thread going between them, and he kind of puts his fingers together like it's a cup on a string almost, kind of pointing in the general direction. He's gonna cast message. Is near within 120 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. Near, what's going on in there?
and he can respond, right? It's not
Yeah.
a one-way.
You can respond to this message.
Yeah, he goes, checked all the floors, and there is still, there's a person with illusionary magic all over his body, inside in the corner. May want to try spell magic. I know there's like a word limit, so he wants to get like the important information
Well, it
out.
just says you can respond. I don't think it has a word limit. It's just whisper a message. The
I
target
think it's
can
about the
hear
same
message.
as the message itself. So
Yeah,
it's
it wouldn't shock me.
one to,
Yeah,
one
but
to two
just,
sentences is
Yeah.
roughly the limit for message.
yeah. Well, it's just the problem if you could say 1 to 2 sentences, then you could have a perpetual run-on sentence. So
Well.
it's just like it becomes, weird nebulous zone. But yeah, he's gonna cast message again. I'm pretty sure using a scroll is gonna be a very obvious thing. There's no good way to do that quietly. You can respond.
I was hoping he would leave. He has not moved. I'm heading back downstairs now.
As you head downstairs, you see the individual get out from the booth that was he was sitting in with the illusionary individual. Or you clocked him handing off a piece of paper to that individual, and then that person, the pale-looking palm or sweaty person, begins to leave the bar without paying for the tip.
Animal.
As soon as Ori sits down with me, I'm gonna be like, something was handed off to that person leaving.
Oh, so it handed it off to the person leaving?
Yeah,
Correct.
and the person leaves out the front door.
Neil will be like, let me try something. And he'll kind of like try to follow him and wants to try to pickpocket him
Sure.
and get whatever is that.
Risky
Go.
moves.
Go
Yeah,
ahead and
good luck.
make
I like
a stealth and sleight of hand check. 2 separate checks.
Putting the two people with guidance with each other is probably a bad idea.
Maybe.
Well, there's a 20.
Okay.
Sleight of hand is a 10.
Uh-oh.
10, you say?
Right in the
Well,
middle.
this guy seems really nervous. The guy is very, very sweaty and doesn't even see, as you're so stealthy, you're not your best pickpocket, but one that gets the job done, and you're able to steal the little note as the individual leaves the tavern.
Cool. And then he'll kind of turn around and go back in, and
Yep.
now with his back face to the individual, so that like it's not like, hey, or look at this thing that I just stole. Like open it up and try to see what it is.
It appears to be a like transaction receipt for an individual that is buying illegal fireworks.
Fuck. Are they at least good fireworks though? Come on.
He won't be able to pick these up now because you guys took his proof
Damn.
that he purchased them.
That means we have the way to get illegal fireworks.
Hell
is
yeah!
We get explosives.
We're adding that with the plane shift scroll.
Yeah, he'll kind of like get in, kind of look a little disheartened to be like, I don't think that might not be our person. It seems like he is selling fireworks, and maybe that's why he is hiding out. We can go out and check with Ferric. This is something that this person has done, but I think at this point we need to kind of keep our eye out around the Waste District for him. He might be coming back here. It might be good to hang out back here, hang out outside of as they come in and out.
I'm gonna say 5 hours pass in this stakeout, maybe even 6 from you guys. Nothing crazy out of the ordinary jumps to your mind from what you guys investigated based on your roles and everything that you did and looked into. People come and go. The place dies down a little bit as soon as it gets to around 1 or 2 in the morning. You still do not investigate anything off what the Nico told you guys, so that is still an option that is on the board. But otherwise than that, searching around the Waste District, like Nier suggested, is an option to keep an eye out to try and pick back up the trail of this Eli
Harrington.
Harrington. I put it on this page.
I mean, we could retcon it to Eli Manning. I'm okay with
It's
that.
not Eli Manning.
Not happening.
I do not want to get into like a huge combat. It's like, all right, it's time for Eli Manning's legendary action. He throws a football at you.
Awful. Everything awful. All right, group. You got some mystery, and we got a lot of nothing going on.
Yeah,
Who wants to do
sure.
something?
All right, I think we should probably just follow up on the original bit of information that bartender gave you.
You think?
Better than nothing.
Ash is like half asleep out front with Owen, just desperately trying to pay attention, but he's so bored. He's so tired of it.
Derek opens up a little pouch and he has little like Zenya equivalents of 5-hour energies for exact things like this. He just passes it wordlessly to Ash.
That tracks.
You got any snacks in that bag?
I have celery sticks and a little jar of peanut butter.
Which is the peanut butter?
Okay. Anyways, what was the tip you guys got? Have we been sitting around here for 6 hours for nothing?
I think so. Yeah, but that's part of detective work. So,
Listen,
not all sunshine and roses.
Ash
Sometimes you have to do the dirty work.
in here.
Isn't this the
He's
first
just-
time you've done any sort of detecting?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, I wasn't going
he's
to
not
say it,
wrong.
but I'm
It's
happy
like
you
he's
did.
not wrong.
Well,
Oh.
okay, let's go. 2 blocks down.
Uh,
You go to the freighter
Yeah.
stables?
Yep.
On 2 in the morning?
Well, when you put
Let's
it
go,
that way-
Steve.
Are we permitted 2 long rests in a session?
No.
we came to the
That's not
the
how
waste
that
district.
works mechanically. You can only long rest once per day.
No.
I'm at session. No,
Was
we go
it-
to sleep and wait until the
Where?
following day.
Oh.
That's a good
I
point.
guess I just lost track of time. That we were there for 6 hours and we left for the waste district in the morning. So I figured it was like work time or like 6-7 o'clock.
Yeah, Max.
Okay.
Evening,
All right,
you're
let's
right.
go.
You're right.
Okay.
To the stables.
The waste
To the
district might have
stables.
taken hours, so I'll give you it's just getting to about 10, 11. Because you guys were in the historic district, so that's going to take a little
Yeah.
while to get to waste, but not that bad. Okay.
While we're hanging out, I would probably ask Ash what he knows of the Tyrant King and possibly Harridan.
Ooh, that was a piece of work to be sure. They don't give people the name Tyrant King for nothing. Ash is going to regurgitate what John does not know as a character, as a player, but Ash would definitely know as a character. Whatever you want him to know, Reed.
Absolutely. So the Tyrant King was basically an individual that helped the civil war come to an end between the people of Clovis as the Madness Horde attacked the previous coalition of people. There was a coup that happened prior to the previous monarchy, and that just led everything to anarchy, basically. And then this Tyrant King, do you guys remember the name? I'm not going to get up in my notes.
Waylar Rock.
What's his name?
Waylar Rock.
That's right. Waylar Rock helped finally unite, especially the noble houses again that remained. And they were able to have order, and the city was able to start to make giant strides again and become, all centering around tradition was basically how they rallied people back to this city. But when his son grew ill, he disappeared basically from the front lines, and the city really started to get ruled by more and more noblemen and bureaucrats. And then when his son passed, he came back with the vengeance. And basically, his son died. Do you remember what I said to you guys? Because I have an idea in my head right now, but I don't remember if I'm about to contradict myself. Did I tell you how his son died?
I think he was somewhere in Pink. It had something to do with Pink, right? Because he was like looking for a gear there.
Okay, that contradicts what I'm saying, so we're gonna
I
wait.
don't remember. What were you gonna say?
Yeah.
Just spit it.
You can just
spit
retcon
it
it.
out.
We talked about this a while ago, so
Okay.
it might have changed.
I was gonna say he got hurt and then a disease from helping people. He was like inside helping the poor in this area, the poor, the downtrodden, those that are poverty stricken. Which it's not that they don't want to help them. It's one of those things of just like they are not prioritizing it, nor do they have the resources, especially when they're trying to put an entire nation back together. But the son made it his priority, and the king basically wanted no one to ever have disease again, or to get sick again, or to have filth, basically. Thus, this was part of, even here, the Waste District's strong creation was off of Wayland Rock's tyranny. He cracked down super hard on crime, and that caused an upheaval of issues to the point that people then revolted against Wayland Rock. You couldn't do much of anything in this city without an adjudicator or his left hand taxing you, fining you, beating you into an inch of your life in order to make this place the way it is. It is a little bit of the old adage of like, great things are built on blood. That's not true for everything, nor does that have to be the way. It's a choice that was made by a tyrant king. So a good idea for all the players too, a little background for everybody.
Yeah.
Because then he was deposed by the Valkyrie of Corlon.
Yep.
Yep, that did happen. He regurgitates all of that to Owen.
Sure.
In character.
The Valkyrie of Corlon came in here as people were seeking justice for what happened, and that Valkyrie plus the vigilance of Corlon came to the city's aid when they were in need. They helped install the next monarch to Clovis and get some sense of justice and semblance, because his type of justice had turned into complete tyranny. And at that, the prayers of all people towards Corlon for proper justice and fairness were answered, literally by divine intervention. as these people suffered for years. People have a really, really great view of Coralon, by and large, because of what he did for the city of Clovis. But with that said, there's still plenty of different opinions, ideas out there. Plenty saying, like, why didn't it do sooner? It wasn't enough. It didn't fix everything. Many people looking for utopia. And there's plenty of other deity worships inside this city. So it's the most dominating religion inside Clovis.
Is there anybody at the stables as we get there?
Yeah. You see a very tired individual, really long, greasy hair, male. He's like half as shaved, but he did finish the shave on the other half, sitting there with drooping eyes and horses as a light bit of rain starts to come down a bit on you guys. He is at his post waiting for other people. You can see there's maybe 12 stalls, and there's 6 horses currently in them. Half the horses are being loaned out or used at the moment.
So Neil will go up to him and is like, pardon me, sorry to bother you so late.
Oh, no, I'm on duty. Yes, what do you need? A horse?
We're looking for somebody who might have come through here. He's a friend of ours, Eli Harrington. We were told that he might have rented something from you guys, and we're just trying to make sure he's okay, figure out, where he is.
Oh, right. And he begins describing Eli Harrington, being like about it. Hey, big, this stuff through his hair.
If it all doesn't sound like...
Yeah, he begins exactly describing what you guys have heard.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. It sounds like you... Yeah.
Yeah. He actually... He's just checking back in with us. He returned our horse. He had some arrangement. It doesn't matter to me. We're here just to check out horses. He is in the back stables. If you want to go talk to him, he seemed fine to me. Paid his tab.
Yeah, I was about to say, can I make an insight check to see if he's honest?
I said, is he being honest with us?
All right, go ahead and make an insight check. One person. One
Dirty
person.
20.
No.
Adam is
one person.
Adam has done okay.
The first person to ask me gets to roll it.
That was me.
It was.
Yeah. Guidance on this one. I'm trying not to overuse it, but this feels like an appropriate situation.
In Baldur's Gate, I used it every single interaction.
Yeah.
As you
That's
should.
how you're supposed to.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Oh, same thing.
We're gonna get jumped in the back of the stable.
Oh, he's typing something. Oh.
Yeah, he tends to
I mean,
do that
assuming he's being honest, we're really just about to jump a man returning a horse.
Okay. It's a war criminal returning a horse. It's not the returning of the horse that's the problem. Dun, dun, dun.
Katie, are you still under my bed?
Oh boy.
You can you point us in the direction? Is it just back there?
It's right back there. And he shows you the way, just like you can even use some of this track here he points to, because they have like little kind of like gas stations overhangs so you don't get rained on, because often people still come here during rain. And,
as he's leading us forward towards the back, I'm gonna grab Theric by the wrist and kind of pull him so that we're out of his view.
Yeah, he's still leading the group, none the wiser.
And I'm gonna pull us off to the side so that we are no longer following.
Okay.
What is it?
Something feels off. He seems like he's being honest, but I'm worried this might be a bit of a trap, so I want to keep some of us away.
Call.
He was like talking with him, like, "Oh, how long have you been doing it?" Like,
yeah, and
just
he's giving you the
sure.
whole families for generations. Oh man, the Freyers are very proud people. They've been here for even before the first Clovis fell, before the coup. I mean, we've been helping this city's travels for years. We take great pride in what we do. You can see there's a little bit of like happy and joy to the tone in it. Just like getting to even asked about it in his job. It's normally transactional. He takes you over and you see there's a cloaked individual rummaging with a horse right there. He goes, "Yeah, there you go. I will leave you guys to whatever it is. I don't get involved with these type of things." And he just walks off kind of like he knows how this can go either way, and they're not here to get involved with whatever it is, whether you're lying or not. He doesn't care. He's just not here to get hurt.
Let's
The four of you are there at that stable now
Yeah.
by yourself.
I
The
was
two
like,
of
what are
you
these
stayed
people
back.
doing?
Yeah.
Because are you guys trying to stay back or like get around the building?
I was
to
gonna try to direct us to kind of like almost hide a little bit and kind of move in from the sides so that
Mhm.
we aren't caught in whatever is an immediate confrontation.
Okay,
We can
make
be a
stealth
backup.
checks. Two of you separately.
all right.
at disadvantage, baby.
Yep. Oh, that was actually pretty good.
Mine is a 13.
Mine is also a
wait.
13.
15.
I rolled a 17 and a 14, so -1, that's a 13.
Minus one, Oscar wins.
You guys peel off to the sides, taking some stealth positioning as the group begins to approach.
Yeah, so Near's gonna call out, excuse me, so, are you able to help us real quick? Just trying to get his attention, like... If he turns around...
You hear, yeah, just, I need a little help myself, actually, with this, just could use some help here. I can't get the rope right.
I'll go and help him.
As he's not just immediately.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's not.
Titus will kind of move to see if he tries to make a break for it, to see if he can kind of confront where he would run off to.
Okay.
Kind of just position himself away where he could, react if something goes wrong, if he's actually bullshitting.
Okay. Owen, as you go up to help him, you hear I need a dex saving throw.
Oh, fuck.
Yep. So it begins, baby. Here we go.
So it
That's a
begins.
7 total.
7 total.
You get your inspiration.
You do. You have a
You
D20 inspiration.
Your D20.
All right,
I'd
what?
use it now.
Yeah,
Fine.
it's that or your legs.
That's an 8 total.
You rolled a
no.
1 on a D20 inspiration?
Yep, that's tough.
It's fun.
The dice are telling the story, man.
They are. Holy shit.
The stable explodes. It erupts in flames. The top of the stable itself gets blown off, and that is where we're going to end tonight's session with the explosion at this stable.
Boy.
Is he the only one who gets caught in that?